Spiral Squad in full effect.
All right,
On
should we
the
just jump right
podcast?
into it?
I say we jump right
Do
in.
the introduction. Go ahead.
Welcome to episode 17.
Wow.
17 episodes of the Endless Enjoyment Podcast. I am your host, V Chenzo, baby. And I am here with my co-host, Kyle motherfucking Shea.
What's going on, folks? We got a special guest today.
Very special.
As
What kind of
always.
special?
However you want to make it. And I am Ant.
And
Anthony Farrell.
our boy.
Thanks for having me.
Our
Of
boy.
course, brother.
I've known you since high school?
Yeah, freshman year.
Freshman year of high school.
Going about 9 years now, actually.
9 years. It's a long
Nah,
time.
I'm a little retarded. Never mind. That's yeah, about
So
8 to 9. Yeah,
Yeah.
So you said you
We
guys
graduated
Yeah,
in
actually, yeah.
2017.
2017.
Graduated.
You
So
met
4
in
years
high
of-
school?
Yeah,
We met 4 years before that, freshman year.
yeah. That was like what 20?
I met
13.
Might be
I met-
2013,
I
2014.
met your brother first. I met Sean
hmm
because we had.
That's how I met you, actually. Yeah.
We had.
Shout out Sean.
Yeah. We had study hall together, me and Sean, and we were in the computer room, and we would just sit there and play computer games together.
yeah.
Free web arcade, the good shit.
All the-
you know?
all that stuff to keep you busy.
Addictinggames.com.
Yeah. Coolmathgames.com, all the good stuff.
The fun stuff.
And then we had a squad. We'd have you, Sam Johnson, me, and Sean.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd hang out at my house and play like frisbee. We'd just like throw the
Yeah, the
frisbee
good old
around the yard.
frisbee.
We'd hang out in my camper and shit.
Rest in peace to that camper.
The camper died, dude. That's another long story, dude.
Speaking
That's-
of camping, that's when I met Ant.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
that
Yeah,
that was our
my
first time
birthday.
meeting.
Yeah, it was my birthday. Or was
Weekend.
was that a birthday camping trip or
I
just
don't
a
know if
random
it was.
camping trip?
No,
I don't think it was.
that was
I think it was
random.
end of summer.
It was
like
near.
August,
Yeah,
It was in
yeah.
August
Because
down at the
usually,
Cape.
usually we do a camping trip in
For your
June
birthday.
around for my birthday, and then we do one near the end of the summer. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
and you met him.
I already had known Sean.
Yes.
Yep.
We went to go see it.
Yes.
Good old it. Pennywise looks like me.
a little
Well,
bit.
used to.
Georgie.
Georgie, you want to come play?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we went camping in the Cape. I stayed with you guys for one night. You guys were there for a couple of nights. Right?
Yeah, we were
And
there
that-
for like 4 days, I think.
Yes. And that day, we got so much weed. We were just like smoking like out in the open. It was so funny. I was like, we can't smoke weed, and you were like, who gives a fuck?
It's like,
By a
we're
campfire,
outside.
bro. We're outside. In the
We
middle
were
of fucking-
outside.
The Disaronno shots. The
We're
Bud
doing
Lights.
shots of we gave Vinny a shot of Disaronno, and he just stood up and threw up.
All right, for context, this
I
is,
mean, I
this
did
is
too.
the end of the night after drinking all night, and then we smoked a fucking fat joint with a bunch of dabs in it. Like we just sprinkled in a bunch of dabs from the dispensary, which was so expensive. Like we bought, and I'm pretty sure we put like all the dabs we bought in there,
Everything
Yeah,
got
the
put
whole
in
thing.
there.
Just put it in there.
which is like, dude, stupid. We were just like,
It was great though.
It was a
great.
time, though.
It
we
was a
were
lot of fun.
dumb stoned, dude. And I just remember being like, oh, just getting like woozy. And
I
then
couldn't
just
even open
threw
my
up.
eyes.
And then I just ended up sleeping in Kyle's car, and I was like, I gotta go to
That's
sleep.
right, because there was
Yeah.
not enough room in the tent.
The lights were on, but no one was home.
Dude, I was drinking Jameson, and I swear for the next month, I had diarrhea for a month.
Jeez.
I swear to God.
After drinking James.
Yeah.
Well, it
I
does
think-
that to you, actually. It fucks up your insides.
Yeah.
Like,
Never again.
Hopefully the
That's all.
Howler Head treats us well, dude.
I think the Howler
It
Head
should.
will. It's got potassium in it. It'll be
it
good.
could.
It's a better impression. That was mine was more of a wolf.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Howling wolf over here.
Shout out to Dana White.
Yes, sir. Steve will
Bald
do
ass
it.
motherfucker.
That'd be sick if we got them on the pod one day. Legendary.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. They got Trump. We gotta get them.
So, more context for the viewers at home. The three of us have worked security together. Well, me and Kyle know each other from security, and we worked together for like the last 3 summers. Ant recently joined the security.
Last summer,
crew.
we got Ant to join.
We got some pictures actually.
Yeah, we
too.
get those pictures. Probably the hottest mixtape of all time.
You guys look like the lightest security guard team in history.
Combined of
Weigh about 200 pounds.
Yeah,
One me equals like two you guys together. It's
Yeah.
so
the
funny.
Buffett show. Yeah, we were working
We
all
worked
day.
Buffett. That was
That was
Got there at 8 in the morning, and then we probably didn't
we
leave
got
probably
like
till like
2 in the morning.
yeah, because we were
So,
in the parking lot after.
the thing with Buffett is my first concert back after COVID, after it was open again after COVID.
Mhm.
And it was almost like a time machine because concerts were back at Xfinity, back working Buffett, which I'd worked my first year at Xfinity, I guess. And it was just like a time machine, man. And like, I literally, I picked you guys up. I must have picked you up at like what?
You figure like it's
7:30?
now like 7 in the morning. I think.
7 in the morning.
you probably
and
picked me up at like 7:45.
Yeah, because you're much closer. And then, we just had a long
Yo,
ass day.
bro, I actually think this was that night too. So because you were driving me, like you never drive me to work, and we were driving back.
Oh,
Yeah, after being in the parking lot, and we're driving by like the
cop.
one of the schools. Yeah, and I go, Kyle, be careful. There's a cop right there, and this man just slows down like dramatically.
goes from like 50 to 25.
And I was like, bro,
cop's
I was
right
just saying,
behind
be
me.
cautious. You don't need to fucking
The,
stop.
the cop followed us for the whole mile.
It did. It pulled out.
Yeah, put him and followed
Oh
us.
boy.
Fun times.
And we locked out. Yeah, on that, dude.
No fucking pullover and nothing. Thank you.
Oh,
That was
boy.
funny as hell.
Yeah, what also reminds me with you saying like the time machine, that's say like I worked like the same show 2 days in a row. It feels like all right, we're just going back in time to yesterday. We're just living the same
Yeah, it's
day.
the same exact thing.
Completely
But,
over again.
but all the people that are there probably weren't at the show before, so they're like,
A lot of people do go to like both shows, I feel like, if they're
Yeah.
like diehard fans.
oh yeah, for sure.
Probably.
I
But
would. For
Those
a show
Jimmy
I
Buffett
really like.
people were probably the nicest crowd that whole entire
They were just so
year.
happy, man. They're in their Hawaiian
People ripping
shirts and they're
shots in the freaking
hammered.
parking lot, shot after shot.
Yeah. One year we got to go to that tailgate instead of work.
I know.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
dude. For the old fuck dies.
Honey P.
What is he, like 82?
He's old, dude.
Jesus.
He's in his 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I would
we
love to
actually
go.
have a work party tonight with our security crew, and we're pre-gaming
Soon.
a little bit right now.
Pretty soon, yeah.
Got some Howler Head on the table.
Would you like a bud?
I'll take a bud.
Can I go over that little bud?
In a night.
Here you
I
go,
love
bud.
this. I love
Thank you,
that
sir.
packaging.
Here you go, bud.
The best
bud.
bottle that they have.
Oh yeah, dude. So yeah, we're just pre-gaming this work party, and we're gonna go catch up with a bunch of security crew from the summer. Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
And then we're gonna come back on the pod after
You'll see.
us in our element.
Well, let's see what the mood change is. It'll be a dramatic mood change. I bet.
That's for sure.
It would be interesting to see how we're feeling later on.
It's a good old Spiral Squad. Can never go wrong.
Yes. In full effect.
So yeah, that's what's going on today. We just went out for lunch. Ended up bumping into a few of my old boys from high school there.
Which is valuable, right? Because you're like, wow, this could be the last time I see this guy for 13 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Or ever.
Or ever. You never know.
You never know where life takes you.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
never know,
yeah,
dude. You
I
can-
have faith we're gonna be around for a long time, but you never know. You gotta appreciate every moment you see. You know, people you love.
All right, let's ask Anthony some questions. Let's put him on the hot seat a little bit.
Sounds good.
All right, Anthony. So tell us a little bit about wrestling. You just finished up, right?
Yep. So we also for Bridgewater State. It was a fun 4
I was
years.
just say young college stud over here.
young college kid. It was good. A little ups and downs, but able to work through it. COVID, tore my ACL about 3 years ago. Worked through that, and then just now graduating in May. So it's been
Only
a
got a
ride.
couple months left. dude.
Yes, sir. And then adulting, not bad.
Yeah. So what's your plan for
So
the real world? Like, what's your
So-
degree in?
So it's a degree in health science. So I want to be a physical therapist, and then work my way up. as like an aide, and then get certified, licensed, and become an actual physical therapist. So once I finish grad school in about 4 years, I'll be able to work with other people, help them improve their daily living, motor functions, all that fun stuff. So once I get that down, smooth sailing.
Back to school. You just doing grad school at Bridgewater, or?
No, they don't offer it, unfortunately. So, because they just added, like, they have a PT side of it too, on the health science degree, but that's like an extra year of school for undergrad. And I've already been at school for 5 years anyways, so I'm not trying to stay for an extra 5.5 or 6 years. So, taking a gap year and then seeing where the options take me.
Hell yeah, dude.
Good for
Yeah.
you, man.
Thank you.
Enjoy your time, man.
Yes, sir. That's what you have to do.
You do.
What was I gonna say? Fuck. I forget.
So, man, are you excited to be done with school? Done with the college lifestyle?
Yeah.
Me and Vinny, I feel like I've been done with the college life ever since COVID hit, really.
Yeah,
Like,
COVID literally sucked the life out of people.
Yeah,
I
for
was,
sure.
I went back to school when COVID hit, but then it was kind of just like, you might as well just be on Zoom.
Yeah.
And then it was Zoom, so it's just a couple months, and then, But what are you going to miss about college?
Mainly just like the interactions with people, just like hanging out with the guys on like a Saturday, Friday, ripping up like a college party, or just hanging out at their crib or something.
Yeah,
but-
just always being around the boys.
And now it's like once graduation does hit, you don't know what people are going to be doing anyways. So like people could be like, say, like going to Nashville, or like chilling at home, or just completely just falling off of the face of the earth. You don't know what. So
Yeah.
you never know what people will be doing. So trying to take that day by day, cherish it. So
Hell yeah, man. I miss like my boys from school. Like I know they're all doing their own things. Like we really don't get to talk that often, It's like whenever we do, it's good,
Everyone's got their own thing going on, For
Yeah.
sure.
Try to make time to see them. Like I see them probably every once in a while. But just dude, it's like, and it's almost been a year since we've graduated, like pretty much, and that's like,
yeah, because we were in Florida when you graduated.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You graduated before me and this guy, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you were practically done though.
I was
Yeah.
I was done. Pretty much. I just had to finish up my internship, and then I walked for the December commencement, but I was done. I was done by the end of the summer, pretty much.
Yeah, how'd the
trippy, man.
commencement go?
That is actually kind of a good story. So it drove up with the family. I guess it started around, I don't know, 6 or something, right? 6 or 7 or 8. And it's the thing, with the mom and the dad and my sister, and we're
Yeah.
all just sitting in the car for an hour, kind of miserable. But then graduated. I got some nice pictures I could send to Vinny. And
Sorry, no, I just realized, dude.
hit me.
Hold on, time out. Hold that thought in that story. I'll be right back.
I have no idea what he's gonna
I
go
don't know
get.
either.
Holy shit, that was weird.
Holy Which is,
I'm excited though. I feel like he's gonna bring something interesting back,
I
but we don't know.
You never know what he could be.
Bud
Should be Chenzo.
Bud Light, Vinny.
Good
come
old
on.
Bud Light.
Budweiser.
The Bud Heavy.
Oh no!
The Smash-a-Rooney.
He finally had to break tradition. He
I've
didn't
worn
have-
the Smash at every episode of the pod, and it just literally
Oh my
struck me. Dude. I was
god!
just like, wait a minute.
He's like, oh, I'm podcasting.
Something feels off.
Oh, damn, that feels much better.
So we went to the graduation ceremony.
Sorry.
We had to wear masks. It sucked. Blah blah blah. So it was exciting getting out of there. I ran to my family. I'm like, we're done. I got my degree. They don't give you the real degree that day. They give you
Yeah.
the fake one. So we're like, all right, let's go find a place to get dinner. find this place called Alumni Bar. Was the name of the place. And I walked in my full graduation outfit, the hat, the fucking robe on.
Yep.
And everyone walked in and we're like, hey. And there was a table of like moms there and they all like, oh, clap. And my mom goes, oh, it made me feel good that the moms clapped. It was so funny. And then like there was a guy strumming music with live music. Me and my dad went up to the dude and we're like, you know, like singing along with him and like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, my whole family was just sitting there like laughing, actually getting to spend time together, which, like we said, it doesn't, you know, we're all busy doing our own thing. So it was nice to get to like just have a moment with my whole family, like spending time together. And I ordered a burger from the place called The Graduate that day. So
Alumni walks in. I'm just trying to picture wearing full cap and gown. Orders
when we walked in, my mom was like, "Don't wear it. Don't do that." And I'm like, "Come on, it'd be funny."
Literally called the alumni. You gotta pull
You
up.
have to. Where was it near campus or?
It was like halfway between home and the school.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So it was just like a huge coincidence, and it was a great. I really did enjoy it. I had a blast. So it was a fun moment.
That's pretty dope. Love to see it.
So I was thinking back to when me and Ant met, that camping trip. I remember that was like right around the time me and you had just put the Galaxies music video out, or had just filmed it, I think.
Wow, dude.
And I remember showing him, and he just loved it. And Ant has literally been one of my biggest supporters ever since I met him, dude. So shout out Ant, dude.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, dude.
That
really
video
has
was
been.
pretty good. Love to
Definitely has been.
Just is
Especially the Galaxies in the background.
It's got the charm of being our first video.
Yeah, for sure. It was awesome. I just thought it was funny. It was pretty good. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't spectacular. I mean, it was great.
It was
good.
I think we've gotten better and better with our videos.
Especially with what you made out of it, with the supplies and everything.
Yeah,
pretty good.
I know. Grazam, he helped us out if he didn't use his camera.
Shout out Grazam.
The end of that music video when Kyle's you just hear him laughing in the background, killed me. You're like, is it on?
Dude, fucking the bloopers when he's like, fucking.
Come on out,
Old
sailor.
Good old sailor.
We talked about that moment so many times. It is funny. Yeah, that was great. And then, let's not forget, he was in one of your music videos.
Yeah, we gotta throw that
Destroy.
clip in. Him and Sean, his twin brother, were in the Enjoy.
They're on both sides of you.
Chenzo 99, bitch. A 101. 99. Yeah. Enjoy and destroy. I've been with the boys getting faded. One life, let's celebrate. Can't believe that we made it this far.
On
Freaking
each side.
frack.
That was hilarious.
Hans and Sean's.
I'm just like rapping it there, trying to get the lyrics.
That was fun. That was a fun time.
Dude.
That came up on my YouTube suggestions the other day as well, because it had the rapping category, and you're the first one that came up on there, and it was just you with the the green background that kept coming in. That was pretty dope. Just the freaking luscious locks of blonde hair flowing in the background.
Hell yeah, dude. That was a minute ago, dude.
That
was a while
in the
ago.
basement.
I think
So there's a funny clip. Do you remember, like, when we filmed you smoking the joint? Like, we were all so high trying to film, and I had
me
you
on your one
like
side,
left side, and Sean on the right side, and I was like, okay, you have your phone light on his face, and you have his phone light on his face. And we're all rotate in circles, and Vinny just stand in place.
And then you just see Sean's face creeping in the background.
And I'm like, Sean, you gotta stand right next to me. You can't be on camera. You fucking all this shit. And we were all stoned. It was so funny, dude.
And it was funny, just in the backyard, just circling around Vinny.
I still have.
Yeah, we had footage of like the outside perspective of other things.
I have the audio of us doing it, and it's so funny. I can pull it up in a second, but it's so funny. We're just like
This vibe.
We should try to throw it in the 80.
I'll send it to you. But yeah,
that's too funny. Legendary.
That was
the most viewed music video I have.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
If you don't count the cover, I did.
I edited the shit out of that one. That was hard work. It was good though.
Hell yeah.
Proud of that one.
We appreciate you.
Well, speaking of covers, Vinny, you doing any more?
It's a good question. I actually just created a list of songs I want to cover soon. I feel like that's something I should get into, like doing a cover song like at least like once a month. You know, like that's like good. Yeah, even for like TikTok, if you post like kind of like a cover of like you performing somebody else's song and people like that, I feel like they're more inclined to like check you out rather than just like a random person seeing you do your own song. They don't know who you are. They don't know about your music. But if they hear you doing like a song they know, then that might make them more interested. Like when I did the MGK cover, that shit has got almost 1,000 views. Like technically that's the most viewed video I have, but that's not like a music video. It's just a cover.
That's pretty dope.
Hell yeah. It's fun too, especially when you're doing like remaking the beat from scratch. Like my friends are playing instruments on it, and then I'm doing the vocals, and then my buddy Christian Tier, shout out, fucking was also doing vocals on that. But yeah, it's just different now because like if I'm gonna do covers, it's probably just gonna be like I have to find an instrumental, and I'm more of doing like just a vocal cover of it. Like we're not gonna recreate the whole song.
Yeah,
just don't got time for that. Unless I like have more friends in Nashville that are like musicians and then want to do stuff like that, which I think I can make happen. But for now, it's like if I'm gonna cover songs, it's probably just gonna be that.
You making any more music with Age of Independence?
Age of Independent?
Independent.
It's alright. But close enough. But, yeah, unfortunately, I mean we're just all in different places right now, different states. I mean my other two boys in there are in fucking New Jersey. Shout out Tommy and Steve, my boys. But yeah, so it's like it's hard to work on original music together when we're not together. But I have a feeling like those two guys are gonna end up in Nashville eventually. So we'll probably just like do like a whole album at that point, which would be sweet.
That'd be pretty dope.
Awesome.
Especially like once we all have the chance to grow and then come back and do some shit, it's gonna sound way crazier. I think.
Both those guys are really talented.
Yeah, they've been doing that
They're
shit
crazy
like their whole
talented.
life, you know. So like. And they say that, like, not they say that. I was going to say, like, even, like, older people who I've shown, like, our supervisors, shout out Rick, dude, like.
Rick the boy.
He's like, dude, those guys are amazingly talented, dude. And, you know, some people like the more rock stuff. And some people like the more rap stuff. Some people like the more stoner rap. Some people like the more emo rap. It's just like, I can't please everybody. I'm just doing what I feel like.
No, you can't please everyone, but you got to do what feels right.
Yeah, and it just helps you become a more well-rounded artist, trying all these different sounds, I feel.
Definitely.
So with you, Ant, I want to talk about like how you got into making music.
So like I've always had like a thing for like the way how people make music, like the producers and the artists, how they work together. And having kind of seen you do it kind of helped me like decide like, okay, like I kind of want to dabble into it more because like it's always been a thought, but I didn't have like the full like the hands on to it. So like I didn't know where to begin. And then talking to some people and going on YouTube and stuff, I was able to find out to like you can get it right on the MacBook with Logic Pro, and there's also FL Studio as well. But Logic Pro, to me, it was really easy to say the least, I thought. But making the beats it makes me like think of like what you can actually create because there's endless options. You can literally make music like Pink Floyd, like what you're doing. Like it's just endless choices. You can make anything, and just knowing what you can make of your own creativity is just. It's amazing just because, I don't know, it's like hard to explain just because.
I think I kind of know what
you know
you're
what I mean? Like, it's just because it's just based on how you're feeling that time when you're making it. And it's just once you put what you're feeling into the music, it just comes to life, and it's just nice knowing that, damn, I just created that. And it's like having everything put together makes you think, what more can I make and build on to that? And I just think that's a really cool vibe.
Yeah, we've talked about that with like the other artists that we've had on the show. It's like, oh, if I can do this, then what else can I do? It's like, so every time you get better, you just get excited for like, oh, what else can I do? But also, I get what you're saying in the terms of like making music is like magic, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe because 1 second that shit just doesn't even exist. And then you put your work in, your emotions and whatever into it, your soul into it, and then you have something that didn't even exist before.
Yeah.
And now it's just like this whole vibe that's like you created out of nowhere. You know? So like especially if like I write a song like in the moment and it just happens, it's just like this literally is like me just like presto. But you obviously have to put a lot of work into it, and it's not
definitely.
just magically appearing. But in the sense of that, it's just at 1 second it wasn't there, and then you have, then you have it.
Next you know, you hit play and you got the shit you just made.
We burp into the mic on this fucking podcast, Anthony.
Sounds good to know.
Yeah. So Ant's recently got into like making beats. How long have you?
I've been
doing
making
that?
them for about roughly a year now, I would say, just because. With COVID and everything, I was trying to find like a hobby, and with being on campus, there was not much to do. Couldn't really go to like house parties. Was like basically frowned upon. You got shut down really quick. You couldn't do anything like nightlife in a way because everything with COVID was shut down, and everything on campus was closed, and the school didn't really give us much options. So I was like, I'm gonna be in my dorm. What else can I do? I like music. I like to just do my own thing, put those two together, and just see where it could take me. And if you guys have Instagram, follow Hollywood Ant Beatz with a Z at the end. And then I've also been learning to make visualizers off of my beats as well. So I have been slacking a little bit on it, not gonna lie, but we got some ideas coming out of that.
Oh yeah, you were just in wrestling seasons.
Yeah, just with wrestling. Didn't really in my internship. I didn't have much time.
Finishing college
and everything. So now that I have more time on my hands, watch out for some content coming out with that.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah. That's what my next question is. What made you pick the name Hollywood Ants Beatz?
So, funny story. When I was a kid, I was always like, my nickname was Hollywood for some reason. No idea. My brother was Primetime. Don't ask why, but I was like trying to think of something that would like kind of like catch. Be like, oh shit, that like sticks to me, Hollywood Ant. And I was like, everyone calls me Ant anyways. And like when I'm making beats, I was like, fuck it, we just be original, add beats at the end, and that's how it all kind of put it all together.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's a little weird concept, but I feel like it catches.
Yeah, it does. So what's like the process of like making the visualizers?
So my process is like, find like a GIF on like Tumblr and stuff, because I looked it up. I had to make sure the copyright and everything was legal. Ain't trying to get sued. So I found that was fine. I go on the Final Cut Pro and edit with the saturation and other color schemes. Add my own touch into it too, because I can also drag other stuff from like files that I have on my laptop and stuff and put it in there. And basically whatever, like if I have something that's fully finished that I feel that connects with people, I'll make that into the visualizer. And I don't want to put something that's like half-ass out there with it. So if it's like a trippy type beat, I'll find like a trippy type visualizer and put it together. And if it's like mellow, like how I don't want to say too much, but the new music that you're making gets a nice vibe, can put some stuff out with that. So it just depends on how I'm feeling that day. But it's usually pretty easy to make with the visualizer. It doesn't take that long. But once you understand how everything works with on the you probably know Final Cut Pro, because that's
yeah.
But like once you get the concept down, it's pretty basic. But It's really fun. I really like it. There's been like one time I was making a visualizer, and I didn't realize I was working on it for 6 hours. I was like so zoned in on it, and next I look at the clock and it's like pitch black outside, and I'm like, I've been working on this for a while. But it was good to know that like I can if I put the effort into it too, it'll be fun.
Exactly, and it doesn't feel like work. It's just like,
it's just something like you said, it doesn't feel like work at all.
So when we're doing these podcasts, we just talk, and then it's like, oh shit, we've been doing this for 2 hours.
we always go, oh yeah, let's just do a shorter one, maybe an hour. We're like, oh fuck, it's been 2 hours.
Yeah, we should probably wrap it up at this point.
We should probably go to bed tonight.
Yeah, but even that happens with me, like when I'm just like in the zone making music, or if it's just like I'm like writing to beats and just enjoying my time, and like time just goes by so fast, and it's honestly like, damn, I kind of wish it wouldn't go by so fast, just because like I'm enjoying it and I don't want it to be over. You know?
But I get the fun process making the beats and everything too, just because you get to like experience you enjoying the activity of doing it, if that makes sense. Like, who would have thought like 5 years ago you can just sit in like your dorm room or your house and just put something together that could possibly change everyone's viewpoint of music? You know what I mean? Like, everyone honestly makes music at a different rate. So like, if you make something in 3 hours, that could literally make an artist go from bigger to bigger, and someone that could have nothing to something. You know what I mean? It's just also, I feel like networking is like the best thing for that. Even though it's hard for Massachusetts, shout out Massachusetts, but like it's very hard to get noticed out in.
I think you're the first person to shout out Massachusetts on the pod.
I have to do it.
Shout out Mass. I'll give it up to Mass, dude. Much love.
They're very underrated when it comes to music, that's for sure.
Yeah,
but
I just meant the state in general. I thought you were just like, maybe some people have shouted out some more like local artists, but I agree with what you're saying in sense it's like you got to start somewhere. We talk about that a lot, and like you just get to see you grow and learn from it. If you're having fun with it, it's just like that's really all that matters. If you're not having fun with it, then it's like why?
Then what's the point
why
of
the hell
doing
are
it?
you even doing it? Yeah. I guess a question I got for you is like, what's the biggest challenge you think in learning how to make beats?
That's a really good question. I would say the biggest challenge would be just trying to not make something that's like original, if that makes sense. So like try to find something that makes you. So like if you like a certain type of music, you obviously connect with it, but you don't want to copy someone else's flow, because I notice everyone else in the music industry, a lot of people in the music industry have the same, like each generation has the same flow. So like 90s have their own thing, thousands have their own thing, and the 2010s have their own type of music. So like if we could make something that could stand out for other people to grow off of, that would be great. But that's like the hardest thing, is just finding that flow that no one else has made yet. And it's like just trying to find that it's just tough, because you have so many options on like everything. It's like the instrumentals is just it's an endless opportunity that trying to figure that out is really difficult.
Endless. I also agree with what you were saying about this guy. I was like, this guy's weed brain over here.
I'm listening.
I'm losing my train of thought, bro.
Oh my God. Come on. All right. Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Fuck.
What's your favorite beat that you made? What's one that you're like, oh man, I'm so proud of this one?
So, that's a tough one. That's a really good one.
I started in the right direction.
I know.
Steered it.
Oh, sorry. I know what I was going to say.
Wait, let me answer my question first. Shut up.
So, I haven't put it out yet, but it's like I have about like 23 out that I have in my laptop, but this is like about 15, whatever. But this one is like, it flows really good, but I'm still working on it, because I like stuff to be like really like basically like perfect before I actually set out for it, and I feel like it's missing a small piece, but it flows really good, and it's like a kind of like a trippy red like an old trippy 2016 2017 vibe.
Oh wow!
And it's just it flows so good, and it's like everything in it. It's just you can just feel it like connected on the inside, and that's because I was just like in my dorm just chilling. I really was like bored. I'm like, what can I make that would push me to like make more? Because I was like kind of like thinking this isn't like really working too well. So I was like trying to find something that would be different for me to make, because I was kind of I felt myself making some like the same beats over and over again, and it was like kind of getting repetitive, which to me, you probably know this, Vinny, but like repetitive music over and over again, it just gets boring over time. So I was like kind of fiddling around with what Logic Pro had, and was like kind of putting some stuff together, and I was like, damn, this actually like connects really good. And I'm probably gonna I've been thinking about working on it the last couple of weeks. Just haven't got the time to it. But I think you really like it when it comes out.
That's awesome.
It'll be on the Instagram page very soon.
Excited to hear.
Hollywood Ant.
Just because I really haven't honestly heard what like any of the stuff you've been working on. Really, it's probably in a couple months, dude.
It's been quite a bit.
Yeah, we were talking about it, and I'm just trying to like give you pointers, I guess, to like how you could like improve, because it is hard to get that flow, like to make everything connect and flow seamlessly.
And I did use your pointers on that beat anyways, and it's definitely, that's why everything just like you said connects in, so it like it doesn't sound choppy, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
like I feel like definitely what you told me, I put that in, and it's flowing really well.
Can't wait, man. Can't wait for us to finally collab on
I know.
a song, dude. It's gotta happen eventually.
Oh, you
Yeah.
gotta make him a beat, man. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I remember there was this older one that I was fucking with of his, just like never got around to writing to it.
Because that wasn't fully finished either, because me and you were talking at Xfinity about that, and finally putting some pieces together, and it's just we've both been really busy anyways.
Yeah.
But
And
like,
dude, I'm so overwhelmed with beats too. Like I have producers always reaching out to me on Instagram and stuff, like and emailing me beats, and like I already look for a bunch of beats on YouTube. I have friends that make beats. It's like I have way too many beats, so I just go with what I'm feeling, and like what is like in that moment is gonna like I'm just like drawn to make music to. So that's just like doing what comes naturally. And I also agree with what I was gonna say before. Was that this fucking alarm's about to go off, shit. It's already 6, 10, 12. But about just like trying to make something original, dude. It's so hard. Especially with like you're not even dealing with words. You're just trying to make a sound that's original and something that someone's not heard before, and like unique to you and like resonates with who you are. But like also with like in my case, like I'm trying to say something that's never been said before, or like also something I realized like it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. It's like anything that I say is gonna like pertain to like my life and my experiences. So how can I convey that and like make it like an original thought, like or sound, you know?
Yeah.
And just like experimenting with different flows and like what I'm trying to get across and using different words. Like sometimes like, when I'm making a new song, usually like I'm trying to use a word or like use a flow that I've like never said before in a song. So it's like whenever you just like because there's a lot of words that you repeat and use in a lot of songs, like you, for example, like just that like syllable or like vowel of like you. I don't even know what it is.
so you're referencing Soldier Boy right there.
Ooh, Soldier Boy. Ooh, I'm more the ooh I'm talking about rather than the. But there's really you can only work with so many different sounds like vowels, A-E-I-O-U, you know.
Yeah, there's only so many.
But like just trying to like fuck around and try different shit and something new. It's hard.
It is, yeah.
So
it takes time. It's
letters
like,
in the alphabet.
And it takes time. Yeah. That's like when I've talked about it with, you know, producer friends of mine. It's just like if
you can't rush it.
Yeah, and you can't get like it can get frustrating, but you shouldn't let it frustrate you, because if you actually are good at what you do, and I know like say just one of my friends, for example, is a great producer, and he's just like not that confident in himself. It's like, bro, like it takes time to make shit that's original and new and fresh. Like, just is what it is.
It's like you learn everything. You learn it as you go on too. Like each mistake you make in it, you just learn and improve on it. And I feel like a lot of bless you. It
wasn't a sneeze, but
oh
sorry.
my bad.
He can still bless you.
Thank you, I appreciate you.
Like a lot of people,
Bless up.
when they see one failure in it, they just stop. So it's like, I feel like once you get those failures out of the way, you can understand how that will make your music better, if that makes sense. Just because, like, what's it called? Like, you have to be willing to learn to grow yourself as an artist and everything else. So I feel like music, it's better to see your mistakes when you're doing it instead of later, because you don't want to put something out and then all of a sudden when you hear it, oh shit, I should have done this instead, and now it's like it's kind of hard to go back and change that.
Yeah, it's just good to live and learn.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think. We got any questions, Kyle? Do we want to tell that story from Florida before we dip out? We should probably get going.
We should probably get going, but I will say this is part 1 of the episode. Stay tuned for part 2, folks. It might be a whole different fucking podcast. You'll see.
It will be interesting for sure.
The Spyro Squad will be coming out
In full effect. I think we wrap it up.
You want to tell the story later?
Yeah, we'll tell
we'll
it.
probably.
All right.
That'd be a Spyro. That's a
It's a
Spyro
long
Squad
story.
story.
You guys
You
done
know
with
what I'm
those
saying?
beers? We gotta pound them real
We gotta
quick.
pound them. Cheers, guys. Woo!
Hey, shout out Hollywood Ant Beatz.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, Anthony. Part 2
Part
with
2
Hollywood
coming.
Ant.
Didn't finish
Coming
mine
soon. Oh, we got to come up with a name for this podcast. We always got to come up with a fun name. Might find it in part 2.
You might find it in part 2. You never know.
Yep.
What's our funniest name for one of our
what
podcast titles?
Probably.
It's probably Aaron Carter's a wuss puss.
Yeah.
Probably.
Hyphen calls Aaron Carter a wuss puss, or
Jeez.
Matt Murda and Dan
Blowing coke up Rod Stewart's ass. Those guys are funny guys, dude. Matt Murda, he got a new bass today. He sent me a video. It was funny.
Yeah, I saw him in a story. Shout out.
That's funny as
Shout
hell.
out, Matt.
Shout him
It's
out.
my dog.
It's crazy, man. Shit flies by. We're already talking for like
What? An
45 minutes.
45.
Damn.
We got a party to go. We got to be fashionably late.
Yep,
Show up.
we gotta go show up fashionably be late to this party. So if you're at this party and then watching this like a week later, like what's up?
You're gonna
Time
see-
travel.
We did
Stay
that.
tuned for this
Part 2.
part 2. All right, we'll be back.
Of the Endless Enjoyment Podcast. I'm Chenzo. That's Kyle Shea. I mean, we don't really gotta say because we'll be right back. Like
In
terms of you watching this, it's gonna be like right
It's going to
now.
be like
gonna be-
this. Hello. I can't hear myself. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
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 I think we're back in action.
Welcome to part 2 of this endless enjoyment episode. Thank you for staying tuned, folks.
Yeah,
We're back.
we appreciate you. This is
Always.
this is the second part, like Kyle just said. We're definitely feeling lit, feeling light. It's not a 2 a.m. and it's not a summer night, but it's about midnight.
That
In
was,
Norton,
that
Mass.
was some bars.
In Norton, Mass, it was just snowing, and
The
we
snow
had
will
to
never go away.
clear off our cars. It was cold.
Yeah, it's fucking March, what? 12th? Jesus
And it's
Christ.
still freezing outside.
It's March 12th.
Yeah, so the first thing we're gonna do is take a shot of the Howler Head to get started for sure.
Tradition. Should be tradition.
What I want to say, how are we feeling, boys, compared to when we were doing this before?
Feeling pretty good.
Great.
It's fun. We're in the moment.
It's
Dude, you know what I
fantastic.
mean? We're just running it right now. Just running the pod ski.
I'm just running.
Running it back.
Shout out the pod ski. Smith Creek Moonshine. Got these shot glasses in Nashville.
So we don't have some dead air.
Dude, shout out all the Xfinity crew. They're the
That's
most legendary.
Anthony, tell the people where we were.
The good old Xfinity Center Misfit Hangout.
Nice.
What do we do? Like fucking like what? 3 hours of Jeopardy?
We played like 3 hours of Jeopardy. 1 hour mingling.
We had like some girl like just vibing,
Vibe.
just like
You also got some pudding shots right there.
that too.
We got the bag. We got a bunch of bags.
Yeah, it was a good time. Legendary. It's good to see a lot of people before I leave.
Yes, sir. To the pod.
Shout out the Howler Head.
Cheers.
Cheers to the pod ski. Shout out Ant for coming on the pod.
Thank you, sir. Always a pleasure.
Let's go. This guy's all holding this nose.
Good stuff.
Not bad.
God damn. This man's letting the howler out. That shit is pretty tasty, I'm not gonna lie, but it was just like,
Please
It's a little-
sponsor us.
it's a little heat. Shout out Dana White, yeah.
I know.
God damn.
So, how many days until you move to Nashville?
We're getting into it, boys. I don't know, it's really starting to hit me, man. I'm just like,
Is it hitting
I'm-
you?
yeah, dude, it's like just really happening. I'm just really going for it, and it could happen. Like, a lot of things could happen. You know, it could go so many different ways. And I'm just
Endless
interested.
options.
For real.
Endless enjoyment.
I just wake the water real quick. But dude, like, I was just talking about this. You know, with so many people, I'm talking about all the same shit when I'm talking to people today. You know, just because like it's so obvious we're just talking about Nashville. And just like, yeah,
Good old Nashville.
got the part-time gig already lined up, and got the
All right, viewers at home, do a shot every time you say Nashville.
facts. We've been talking about it the whole
day.
no, all
day.
17 episodes. Man, I just love it. Can't wait to see what happens. You know,
mindset,
it just it could work out well. So that's what
It could.
my mindset recently has just been. When in all things is what is the best possible scenario. Like, what if it turns out better than you could imagine? Like, what if what I'm imagining is like not even how great life could possibly be?
That's
Make
a
it
good way to
positive
put it,
experience.
honestly.
Yeah.
Instead of just like what's worst case scenario. Like, that's just what my mind state's been at recently, and it took a long time to like develop the mind state I'm at, and it's still a struggle too. Like, I still struggle with it. Like, it's just crazy, man. Just like, and now I'm just kind of like celebrating, just having fun, just like getting to see like some of like the people like I grew up around and been with my whole life. Like, I'm moving away, like far away, for real. Like, good, like for a good,
It's
you
for
know.
a good cause, yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna thrive though because you're so good at making connections.
and I appreciate you, bro. You know, it's like you've been one of my best friends since like we met at Xfinity, dude.
Same, man. Same, dude. You've been a great friend, and like we've done a lot together. You know, using both our passions.
Yeah, I feel
me
like-
filming and you singing music
And just like being here for each other too. Like, me and you talk about
Yeah.
like fucking everything pretty much, and just like
yeah, dude. I only have so many close friends, and you're one of them. This guy's one of them.
Yes.
yeah, Ant's
It's
become
great,
a
man.
close friend too. Like, he's
Definitely.
like always been supporting too. Like, since the fucking that's like what I would consider a
Galaxies.
day one, dude. Like, someone that
Since
just like
Galaxy.
Since Galaxy.
since like off rip though, like when you know. When you just like connect with someone and form that friendship, and they just like from the minute like
The
you
second
meet
you
them,
meet
they
them,
just
yeah.
like support you, and it's like
Dude,
it's
we
dope.
were friends like instantly. I feel like Xfinity, like we just like started talking and hanging out.
Yeah, and
Man.
then every shift we were just like, all right, me and you, dude, just like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was just like, all right,
All right,
who can
who's-
I tolerate for this shit?
all right, yeah, who's wanted and who's fucking
Who's bagging?
Me and Vinny.
Anthony had to bag a lot this year.
Which that was actually pretty cool though.
I did bagging. It's everyone's gonna do it.
Yeah,
but
so
I
I
did
did make
wind
Ant,
in
dude.
a
I'd be
little
like,
bit.
hey, you checking bags, dude?
I'm like, of course. You know the
it's not
drill.
that hard either.
No, I
Zip.
I did wand in a couple times,
Zip.
but
Dude,
Me
I'm
and
gonna
Vinny
miss
always
it,
work
dude. I'm
together.
fucking going to miss it so much. Like, working with you guys in the summertime, like,
You gotta like fly back and work one show.
it's honorary.
One of the weddings.
They'd let me just slide and do that.
They'd why the?
Oh, they
are
hooked
you
us up.
kidding, dude?
Volunteer.
Dude, it's so funny. I didn't even
Give
know.
me a white shirt, dude. Just
Yeah.
fucking.
I didn't even know like Billy knew my name until Amanda brought it up. That was funny.
Dude, yeah, it's like nights like tonight or also like the show I did a couple weeks ago. Like that shit means so much to me. Really, like just like spending these moments. Like when do we ever get to chill? That's why I'm glad you guys are just like staying the night here tonight. And we're just gonna hang out. Just like
Yeah.
when do we ever get to do this shit anymore? And it's like, dude, and I'm moving. This, like,
Dude, it's not like in high school or something,
I know.
right? Where you can just every weekend we're all available and like
It's like now we actually got grown.
going to
stuff
school
do.
together every day. That's the thing. Like college and high school, you get to bond so much.
Mhm.
even with the podcast, it's good that like we chill at least like once a week, dude. Like
Yeah, it like you said, it gives you an excuse to just hang out with your friends, like
talk about
and have a long conversation.
That's what it
It's
should
awesome. I know. Well, dude, now that you're moving on, I gotta find the new next podcast fucking project.
yeah, what are you gonna do when I'm gone, dude?
I'm gonna have to
Good
find.
That's what people were asking tonight about the podcast, dude. They're like, "What's Kyle gonna do when you go?"
I know. I'm gonna have to start a new one.
be. Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Anthony might have to be the
Might
co-host.
have to be a co-host.
Matt Murda.
Matt, I'm definitely, dude. I might have to start like 2 or 3, just for fun. Little podcast.
Yeah, why not?
One with Matt, one with Anthony, or something. We're
Yeah,
gonna figure
we'll
it out.
Figure it out.
I was gonna say about shows, like doing like those shows. Like I hadn't performed in mass since before COVID. Like I did a couple shows in Connecticut like last year, my senior year, and like I hadn't performed in mass since 2019. Like I did 2 shows, my very first 2 shows that I put together at Patterson's Creations, the GOAT. Shout out Mr. Patterson. Like that was the most fun I've probably had in my life. Those 2 shows that I put together, just seeing all my friends and family like in one spot, and we're all just turning up, having a good time. And then like that's what like that last show at Oasis reminded me of. And like I hope just like the same vibes are at the next show, 2 weeks
Do you
from
want to give a little bit of details about that show
today. I mean, just shout it out.
Throw a little
real quick.
promo in there.
Chenzo's going away party. I'm throwing a go away party for myself. Moving to Tennessee in like 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today, we're filming this. Not when you're watching it, probably, but on Saturday, March 26th. I promise this is the date. We're doing it on this date. We're turning up, going away party. I'm performing some new songs. We'll have some special guests in the building.
Everybody I
Special
talked
guest.
to was like, "Oh, I want to go."
We getting lit, dude. I just
It's
want to
gonna be a
like
good
have at least
turnout.
at one spot. And I'm just having a party kind
Just
of
pack
at
it
this
in.
bar. I was there till it closed last time. Like whoever's like trying to come through, come fucking through. Chenzo's going away parties. I'm deucing out of here. I want to see as many of my family and friends before I go. So if you're free that night, you better be there. And I would love to see you because I don't got the time to see all of you. I got way too much shit to do, and I want to see y'all. So pop out.
Be there or be square.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. I love y'all who are supporting and like watching all these episodes.
All right. So we talked about that we all met at Xfinity. It was Anthony's first year. I got a
Yep.
question for him.
Oh boy.
Favorite moment working at Xfinity? It could be your favorite concert there. It could be a funny moment, a crazy moment, doing security.
So, okay, first, best concert was Kiss. A little bias on my
Kiss.
point.
Really?
Great
But-
answer.
The best atmosphere though was Jimmy Buffett, just because of this. Everyone, what did the gates open at 12, and the concert started at 7? So like everyone was just chilling. Like, hey, do you want to hang out? Do you want to do this? You want to do that? And they're just like really nice people. But overall, definitely Jimmy Buffett. Yeah, Just,
Buffett
like,
is a movie.
Buffett just like
we were there for like it was since what?
we were there from 8 a.m. to 2 a.m.
How
'cause we
many
had
hours is that? That's a lot.
That's a lot. But it was,
That's a lot.
it
We
was
can't do
worth
math.
it. That's for
That's
sure.
a metric shit ton.
But like, I had little bit of low expectations because like I didn't know what to expect because he's 72, 80s. So, like,
we gotta go to a
you weren't sure what the crowd was going to be like, but they knew how to get it done.
I just have
That's
this
for sure.
one memory of the first time me and Kyle worked Buffett, and shout out our buddy Max too. It was his first time working ever for us.
Shout out
Working
Max. I haven't
with
seen
us.
that kid in a while.
And like I remember Rick saying was like, if you can do this show, you can do any show. But I remember
This
I was
is a litmus
after
test.
working the front gate. We were in Upper Cross, and like some guy in the front of the lawn, like up against the fence on the Upper Cross, he's like holding this giant inflatable shark, and they're playing like this song, and this guy's like, "Can I throw this?" Like I'm like,
No.
go for it. No, I'm like, go for it, pal. Like, I'm not stopping you. And he's like, I'm gonna wait for the song to drop. He was like waiting for like the chorus to come, dude. And the chorus came.
You want to hear a funny story about my experience at Jimmy Buffett? So, I work like the entrance of like the fire and like EMT station, and it was like right before Jimmy ended the show, probably like 10:30ish. This like dude was in like a wig and a dress, and just came storming down and was arguing with the EMT, and they were like, if the dude comes in, just let him walk by. Don't give him attitude. I'm like, all right, cool. He walks down. I'm like, yo, where is my buddy? And I was like, what's going on? And he's like, oh, my buddy here is like throwing up, and I need to bring him home. Can you like bring me to my car? I was like, I can't do that. I don't work for that area. And he was like, all right. And then he leaves, never comes back, and his buddy's getting wheeled out in the wheelchair, like right after the circle, and was there for like an hour. And we were like, where's your buddy? He was like, all right, I'll call him. An Uber came and picked him up instead because his buddy went home. Like, he just left him there. I was like, you, like, why?
Dude, we've seen so much crazy shit at the Xfinity Center like that. I can't even begin to describe.
Like, what made you think to leave your buddy at Xfinity Center?
Like, I remember, I don't know who I was working with this one time this summer, but someone like didn't even come into the concert. Like, this old guy was just like seemed so lost, dude. I think it was like one of the Grateful Dead shows, honestly. Like that's
That would
just a
make
strange
sense.
crowd, dude. And he never went into the show. Like, I watched him
There's
come.
a lot of people
I
that
watched
don't
him come through our like
line.
at the front gate, and then he never went past the ushers and into the concert. Never, just was like sitting.
Couldn't
He
make
was like
it.
sitting on a rock, walking around for a while, and then just ended up leaving. Dude,
He's like, it's too intense. I can't go in.
I was like, what's going on, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that was just craziness. People just freaking out the whole time.
I heard Chris Brown shows are pretty
We
intense.
talked about this.
There were so many fights when I worked the Chris Brown show. They were like, I was literally by like halfway through the end of the concert, I was walking from fight to fight to fight to fight, and then there was a brawl at the end. For real.
What a time.
The moment that stands out the most from this year at Xfinity for me would be at the top of the lawn. Some huge dude knocked out some guy and knocked him out, and he was bleeding from the back of his head. And me and Brian ran up.
Brian, shut up.
Bry guy ran up, and then there were a bunch of people from Xfinity like trying to get him. I think Mike Buckley was there too, and we were trying to get him down the stairs. And it was during Freebird playing, and
Leonard Skinny.
the fast part of the song was playing while we were like, you know, that huge wooden staircase at the top of the lawn that like goes around. We were trying to get the dude with the EMTs down the stairs while Freebird was playing, and it was going down, 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 down. Like it was like fly Freebird, and we're all just like running down the stairs trying to get him down. Like I was like, that's like how crazy it gets at Xfinity, trying to like work there and do your thing, but it's a fun.
It's a fun time though.
It's a fun time.
You're
You're not gonna get anything like it doing any other type of job.
Yo, shout out to Ring Road.
Ring
Ring Road, shout out to the lawn, front gate.
All of our-
front
That's
stage,
all
all
of
of
our
it.
That's a time though.
I love
Like,
y'all. Yeah, dude. I honestly will cherish those summers working at Xfinity for the rest of my life. It was just like,
Was it?
Yeah, man. Well, that's why I'm so glad
Mhm.
we got Anthony to do
I
it.
know,
Because I've been
I'm
telling you
really-
for how long?
What, like 4 years
Since I
before?
started working there, I'm like, dude, come work
And
at
once-
Xfinity
Yo,
with
remember
us.
when we sat outside near that like long gate for like 5 hours before we got assigned to front row at Jimmy Buffett? Just for like
Yeah,
sitting
dude,
in the shade
we showed up at 8 o'clock to just sit around and drink coffee for
and
like
just shoot the
4 hours.
shit. Like,
Nothing happened, dude. They were literally like, go post up at the
just post up at the freaking
on the
like
side
what is
near
that? What is that? Will
that's where
call?
that picture was
near
from
will
earlier.
call.
Yeah, that
That's
picture-
where I took that picture, you guys. I was like, I gotta get a picture because I have no Xfinity Center.
Rest in peace to the mullet.
Yeah.
That
Ant had the mullet in that pic. I think we already
Yeah,
brought
we
up the.
already
You might-
We already showed up the pic, but throw it in one more time. We're giving.
What is it? I'm
Vinny
trying
some
to
work
think,
to
what
edit.
is some more like Xfinity great like just memories here we got?
Dude, so
Oh, yo, this one was mad funny. Me and Kyle were working together. I'm not sure what you were doing, Vinny, but me and Kyle worked together. He did the one, I did the badge. And this group of guys came up, like probably 2 or 3 buddies. When like they go through the scanner, it buzzes off. And Kyle's like, all right, what's in your pockets? You have anything? He's like, nope. He's like, all right. He got steel-toe boots. What's in your, you have anything in the boots? Nah. Pats it down. What's in your sock? Dude pulls out 3 nips out of his sock and like,
bang bang.
and he's like, all right, you lied to me. What else do you have? Nothing. Pulls out another thing of nips out of the dude's socks, right? Or whether it is boots.
Yeah.
One of the two. But, and then next thing you know, he has another thing tucked inside his waistband. It was like an IPA or something, but like,
Oh my God.
Beer, dude.
and Kyle, like, you lied to me 3 times. What else do you have? And he's like, I got nothing.
No
Then
way this kid didn't get thrown out. He got thrown out, right?
He must
He
have got
was
thrown out.
underage, probably too.
He probably was, but I know one
He
of the
was probably
no
like-
one,
way you had to call a supervisor.
one of the
Like,
supervisors grabbed
Yeah,
him.
once I found everything, I'm like, this is what the guy had.
And one of the supervisors did grab him, and that was the last we saw him. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he went
Dude,
bye bye.
Remember that picture of Rick went kind of a little viral on that?
it was like what Westerwood, Mass or something.
Yeah, he was walking this kid.
With
I
a
was like, I
kid-
think
yeah.
it's Trippy
And-
Red.
and, like,
So
yeah, it
many
was-
kids got bopped at Trippy Red.
It was like a trippy red like kid, and he was just like he looked like he was like 15 years
15?
old, and 2 giant security guards had him.
The comments
his
were the
arms around
funniest
him.
thing though. It's like, what is he saying to the security guard?
Yeah, it was like,
I
caption
swear
this.
She was 18.
Do you know who my dad is?
Yeah, facts. That was funny as fuck. All right,
Like-
we taking these fucking pudding shots.
Yeah, I was waiting.
The white chocolate Reese's, dude. These are unreal.
These seem like lit.
ASMR eating pudding shots.
Anthony, stop making dick sucking noises.
Sorry, this cheese is good. I'm trying to fucking suck it all up. Pause.
Trying to think, dude.
Shout out to whoever made these though.
Shout out Tanya, love you.
Taking more shots to the head than Rocky Marciano today.
Brockton
I'm
native.
drooping. This happens on a few.
Oh, Kyle can never keep his shit on you.
He doesn't secure it that well. Move it like 1 inch.
Got a little technical difficulty over
There we
here.
go. Look at him. There, that's a good secure.
Look at that.
All right, Anthony, cover up for the dead air. That was. Hey, you know what's funny though is that.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
Don't break the table with it,
dude,
bud.
that was a great example of like
Crushing
standard
potato.
procedure.
Yeah, I don't know. You got to stop pulling on this.
That was a great example of like standard procedure on how people hide booze.
how they hide booze.
It's either in the shoes, the boots. This is why I always say it's either in the boots or the shoes, waistline. And
Remember when that
just
dude at-
check everywhere else.
Remember when that
those are the two.
that kid at Leonard Skinner put the nips inside the freaking basket where me and
You just dumped him there.
Me-
before
what
we
the- I-
even looked for him.
I think you were working with me, but the dude dropped the nips in the basket, and it's like, those are
You gotta
mine.
be careful with that Larry song.
Like, you put everything but those nips in the basket. Like, but that shit was funny.
He only put the nips, not his wallet and his keys and shit.
I know, it's like, but it is crazy how many people you tell phone, keys, wallet, anything metal inside the basket, and they still don't do
Larry
it.
John.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta, they still
Larry
don't do
John.
it.
Too good, man.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do this to me,
I started this
company. Do you know how much
You know how much
I
I
sacrificed?
sacrificed.
That's a
Think
joke.
about it.
Hero.
Dude, I caught a lot
Eight-Bit
of
Adam Sandler.
stuff at the
Did we
front
tell the
gate,
story?
though.
8-bit Adam Sandler, December 18th.
All right. This is an unreleased part of the podcast.
Yep, cut. He's not ready for this other show.
No, dude, absolutely not.
The what?
That's a different time.
That's a different time.
Yeah, that was a
Wait,
huge.
that's
that
gonna
was a
take
huge
long.
uncut story right there.
That
Yeah,
was.
it was.
Yep.
All right.
You have
so,
to subscribe to our
Alright.
Patreon or whatever in like whenever couple years this comes out.
Patreon edition.
Another one? Not bad.
Jeez.
Round 2. Technically round 4, but
The banana whiskey.
fucking feel like
We gotta
Lennox
put-
Lewis a fucking boxing fight.
You gotta put the Howler Head back on the table. Shout out Howler Head. I
Shout-
don't mind giving
shout
you
out
the
Dana
free, I
White.
don't mind giving you the free promo, but promote us one day. Cheers.
That's it. Cheers. To Vinny,
Kyle's not ready for this.
To
I'm
Vinny
not ready,
and
dude.
Daniel.
Fuck you guys.
chilling.
You guys suck. You're pussies. You've been not drinking all night.
You fucking cocksucker. I had to drive.
As Joey Diaz says,
All
wake
right,
up,
let's
you
wrap this
cocksucker.
bitch up.
Yeah,
What?
I say
What more is there to say?
I know we just did uncut for so long. We got to do some.
we got to get some release.
So, how
Take a
about
shot. How
what
about
are we
the
supposed to
Red
talk
Sox, dude?
about after all that?
So, Vinny, you
That's a good
have
question.
upcoming album,
Yeah,
mixtape
tell us about
possibly
this
releasing.
project. Give us some details about
Oh,
this
man.
new project that's coming out.
Let's put up-
Chenzo.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about it. So I got a mixtape
Yeah.
that I've been working on for probably like 6-7 months, like since I dropped my last project, Residue. One of the songs is a little older though, that I showed you guys earlier.
Mhm.
That I just recently recorded. Like I wrote it like mad long ago and ended up just like fixing it and recording it. Kyle's heard no.
Great, I feel fantastic.
But yeah, it's called No Contact. It's the name of the mixtape, just because a lot of YouTube beats. There is one beat that was made by my friend that I know personally. Shout out Jocko, aka Nylap, and yeah, he's part of the group Drive Safely. Like him and Jeff are featured on the song Roll with the Punches. That's
Roll with
gonna
the
be on
Punches.
it. So I have a few singles that are out from it already. If you want to go, then there's A Door with John Flavio. Shout out my boy John Flavio. I know he's
John
Flavio.
What else?
Nylap.
We Roll with the
Lo-fi
Punches.
legend.
Angel Numbers. That song Angel Numbers I put out was really meaningful and like
Line that shit
means a lot to me. And yeah, so like those singles are already out. I might drop like one or two more before the project drops.
So those songs are on the project.
The project itself is probably gonna
There's
be.
the door with Jack.
That's gonna
That's
be on.
awesome.
So it's gonna be about
There's the
14 songs, dude. So it's like all the music I've
Is that
been
going to
working
be on
on.
every
like-
streaming service or like?
no, since it's a mixtape, it's a free project. SoundCloud, YouTube only. Just putting it out there.
Gotcha.
Just because, yeah, with like the rights with YouTube beats and stuff, like I don't know these producers personally, although like a few of them I do like chat with online and stuff and like get their feedback on music. But
Mhm.
like, yeah, I'm just kind of like purchasing leases to these beats where I can perform them, record over them, but I can't like profit off the songs themselves. So I'm not
Yeah.
putting them on streaming services. It's not a commercial project. It's not something. It's not an album. Like an album to me is something like a lot more, yeah, meaningful. I guess like because I wouldn't say even like my first album was like insane like quality, but it was like
I worked for years on it,
Mhm.
and it was like a big project of mine. So like my next album is like gonna be insane, dude. Like, and
The first Nashville album.
Is the
I
album
wouldn't
gonna be
even-
called
yeah.
Smashville?
Yeah.
No, it's like I probably will get
Chenzo and
to a more like
Smashville?
a southern rock inspired sound, but I wouldn't say my next album is not gonna be like that. That's not for sure. It's definitely gonna be.
No, but it'll just be the first one you release there, where you're having all.
I
This
say it's pretty similar to the music
good
that I'm
stuff
making right
going
now,
on.
but like I have the idea of what it's going to be, but I just want to make as many songs as I can and get those like songs that should be on it. So
Yeah.
that's like in the distance because I have a lot of different ideas. I'm working on a lot of different projects right now, but this next one that's coming out is No Contact, coming out very soon, like a couple weeks probably, and a lot of new tunes. I was showing you guys earlier. I'm really happy with how these songs sound, and I'm just like looking forward to the music that I'm gonna, create in the future and the people I'm gonna collab with, and
Love to see it.
I appreciate you boys.
Glad to have
I
you. around.
appreciate you, man. Like,
Let's keep doing your
we're
thing.
getting it down to the wire, dude.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, I
a lot
know,
of
it's insane.
podcasts left.
We're gonna film a few more after this, probably like 3 or 4 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
I
good.
know we
Give me
got
time.
Ant on the pod. We've been
Yes,
taking
sir. Thanks
shots.
for having
dude.
me.
One more, dude. Rip the Howler Head one more time, dude. I don't know that last.
Let's talk a little bit longer. Jesus, that was like 5 minutes ago.
That was
I know
that was a big rip though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, you pour him like a man, full fucking tilt. No, I'm not. Well, I kind of want to tell some more Xfinity stories. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just trying
Yeah.
to think.
Go for it.
Like we haven't talked. We talk about working there, but the afters,
The after party.
as Curtis referred to them,
That was too funny to add.
parking
Those were
lot of
fun.
misfits.
Mhm.
We've had some great memories there with Big Bob and stuff. And
That was like a
all our
4-hour
guys.
fucking bundle.
What? Those
The Misfit
parties.
hangouts, yeah.
Yeah, it was always go on for like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, you be coming home at like 3. I remember I was staying at my grandparents' house over the summer, and like from like end of August to end of September, and like I was just
It's like you,
The
The
Jimmy
week you got
Buffett
back,
one, we didn't leave
pick it
till
late.
like 1 or 2. And,
yeah.
yeah.
and we were like, "Oh, we're leaving already." I'm like, "Yeah, I have to do a paper tomorrow."
We've been here since 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
We've been up
and
since
you
6:30.
you guys were like, "Oh, we're already leaving." I was like, "Yeah, we gotta go."
It's like fuck.
And we would stay till like 3 in the morning. We do all nighters. We did it all.
Insane, bro. Like
Did it
I'm
all.
gonna miss it dearly. Like it's sad thinking about it now. Honestly, like, I remember like
Mhm.
this summer I was soaking it all, and we were talking about it with Curtis. Yeah, like just Chenzo was in his bag. I was in my bag for sure, dude. I was.
Yeah, I still remember the last party, like the work party that we had.
Yeah.
And we go
yeah,
and
what's
look
not
out
there?
at the just like as far as they would let us go to look out at the like the walk into the venue, and we're like, damn, it's done.
Yeah, dude. Like
That poster
each,
was sick.
each season's legendary.
Yeah, I got Anthony's post.
Yeah, I have to frame that, but
I don't know what I did with mine. Shit.
that poster is like pretty dope.
Yeah, I have all the Xfinity Center's posters up. I'm like, I like these.
I still gotta frame that though.
Yeah.
But hey,
Yeah, I
we're
just
gonna
like-
add.
I feel like Kyle's hurting right now off that last shot.
Oh yeah. That was a punch to the face, but I'm like Rocky Marciano. I can take a lot of shots to
Get
the
back
face.
up
I'm
and
thinking
keep the
about
punches rolling.
one more, dude. Like,
Okay.
well, I
anyways,
wasn't drinking.
so-
Yeah, but I wasn't drinking earlier, so.
I
Okay,
think one
so,
more would be
so chug some of that bottle. Go ahead. Chug, 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 chug. Then do a pudding shot. We're coming up with combos for Vinny.
Do both.
Hit it.
Yeah, what are you, a fucking pussy? Come on.
Come on, Tony, do it.
I feel
Jesus
the funny
fucking
shots aren't too
Christ.
bad.
Come
You're a
on,
big-
Christopher.
You're a man now. You're living on your own. You gotta fucking do a shot.
How you do the fucking? the mo-
You kind of build it up.
Shout out to Dana
You
White.
kind of build it up. You go.
Alright. Bananas gone crazy. Yeah, that's right. We said bananas blended with the finest Kentucky.
All right. Please sponsor us.
Yo, Kyle, remember when we landed in Florida and in Florida it was
You
like
guys never told the Florida story from
No,
right-
dude,
from
it's
earlier.
too long to tell tonight.
I'm just like
What?
like
It's
You,
way
were,
too
you were
long.
about to say it earlier.
It's
dude,
too
while
long.
We were setting up.
No, it's
It
gonna
is-
be a whole
that part's too
podcast.
long, but-
and Sean's gonna be there.
yeah,
Just
because remember when we landed, we went from 40-degree weather to 80-degree weather, and our body was like, "What's going on?" And then everyone was so nice, and the second we got back in TF Green, everyone were assholes. Like,
dude, we stepped off the plane
and
and
everyone was complaining, yelling at each other. Like we looked at each other.
I made this point.
and
I
we
remember.
we almost were like, "Did we go back?" We almost went back to Florida for another 7 days.
We almost didn't leave.
I know. That too. We almost didn't leave because we
almost didn't make our plane back, anyways.
because we got back to the room and we're like, "Do we take a nap or do we stay up?"
All right,
And it was
this
just like
is a
2
little. This is a little trailer for the Florida
Florida
edition Patreon.
Who knows?
Me-
What
Well, yeah, but
Eventually, by
it's
the
gonna
time,
be my podcast.
by the time any of these videos come out.
Yeah, so
Oh boy.
I almost got shot the last night.
Yeah, that
Literally shot.
almost got shot, but
And then we barely made it
was-
home. We didn't sleep the last night and just got to the airport and stayed up the whole night that we got
that
to the
plane
airport.
ride sucked.
And it was a classic New England thing. Everyone was bitching on the plane ride.
Yelling
home.
at each other.
Like, the
Come
seats
on.
aren't comfortable. It's
Come
taking
on,
too
you
long.
chooch, fucking grab the shit off the top.
Hey, fuck, go grab it. Come on, let's go.
Come
Come on. And then as soon as we stepped out, it was cold, and it was just New England people, like, yelling at each other. And I was like,
Isn't it great to get away from it?
It was great.
I will eventually.
One thing, remember when the dude in Florida, we were waiting for the bus stop, and the dude was like, I don't know if he was a crackhead, but he was driving the go-kart and tipped it over at the roundabout. Like, remember when he was telling us he played football with Deion Sanders in his prime? And he tipped over the go-kart like 6 hours earlier in the day and was trying to say that he that his friend picked him up. That was weird.
The dude with no teeth.
Yeah, the dude with no teeth.
So we got on a bus, and
And
there was
then Yeah.
literally a guy Trump colored with the orange skin, like burnt, and he had like missing teeth, and he just looked like a cokehead, and he was just like telling us random
And
stories
then the bus picked
on the
us up.
bus.
Yeah. And then the trolley bus picked us up, and the dude was yelling at the bus driver, and she kicked him off the bus, and we were like, "It's 5 p.m. We just got some food. We just want to go home." Because Kyle had like 3rd-degree burns on his shoulder that looked like a fucking piece that came out of the oven.
I was looking. I don't think I have any pictures on my shoulder.
I don't think I honestly.
It was too disgusting to even
and we
photograph.
had to DoorDash, and we had to DoorDash sunblock because
Us
the place never didn't have
Dumbass
anything.
Irish kids didn't buy
We-
any sunblock till like the 3rd or 4th day.
And it's like, remember when we got to the convenience store next to us in the first place, and the lady bitched
That we
because
bought
we-
a bunch of beer.
we bought 4 cases of alcohol,
I bought
and she
2 cases of.
complained.
I bought 2 cases of Budweiser. You bought
I got Bud Light, Chunk
and
got
chunk
Corona.
of Corona.
And like she complained that we wiped out her store and that was wiped out in the first place. Like, we're giving you money.
You're being a jerk about
Like,
his
what do
new
you, like
business.
we give you what?
Doing business.
We gave you $60 of business.
It's
here.
just- this is just like a good story out of that was one of the best trips.
That was a good trip. Another good trip was Puerto Rico though. That was a good
Yeah,
time.
what was your best moment there, dude?
Honestly, you want to hear a funny story? So, in Puerto Rico, we went go-kart racing, and it rained that morning, so it was very muddy out, and it was like the ATV that had like the cage in the back, and me and my girlfriend were in one thing, and then like her family in the other ones, and just drifting and everything. I got like mud all over my arm, spots everywhere. I was like, cool, I didn't get a sunburn. My girlfriend got a sunburn. I'm like, hi, you got a sunburn before me. 2 hours later, all I see is a sunburn and white spots forming. I'm like, fuck, what did I get on me? I came to realize the mud spots were blocking the sunburn. So like the sunburn formed around the mud spots that I had on me. So it was like just patches of white that looked like I had like a disease.
Oh my god!
I was like, what is going on here? And
that's why a bunch of Irish people don't live in
that's why
the South,
it was
because
a little tough.
you literally burn to death and die.
I was burning, but it was a fun time. And the dude that was leading us in the path did a wheelie, but he went too far back and almost like he landed on his back, and the ATV that he was riding almost crushed him. I was like, yo, I almost just witnessed a dude die that was our tour guide. And I was like absolutely insane by that. And the cool part was I only saw like 2 or 3 cops down there the time I was there for 3 weeks. Not like people drove there. Like red lights barely existed. Yield signs barely existed.
You know what's
That time was insane. Was I there for that?
No, that was
that's
me, Graham. That's my cousin
Graham.
Graham in the back. Well, I don't think you've really met.
Kyle's face.
That's the pen you gave me.
That's the pen
he
I gave
gave
you?
me his old dab pen,
Dude,
and I was
didn't
using
use
it
that
this
for-
summer
yeah.
a lot.
I'm gonna miss those moments the most, Kyle. Honestly, me and you just being out like on the water, just
Dude,
We had
Having-
plenty of fishing time.
having
we've all done yeah.
just having like no plans, but just chill out, dude, and just like we're just drinking beers, like kayaking and fucking.
It's the most peaceful.
It is.
It literally is
Remember-
this is how I think of it. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, I am literally away from everything. Like nothing else
I
matters
could give a
but
shit about what's going on.
I
just
know.
us sitting here relaxing on a boat.
Remember when we were in the nip and
I do miss
it
yeah,
started downpouring when we were in the middle of the rock? And we
man. Me and Anthony have been fishing so goddamn much. You went a ton with me too.
yeah. This was like
But
senior of
me
high
and
school.
Anthony have fished in the rain. That was that
It
night.
was right when I got back from Nashville, dude. Over to the summer.
And the funniest thing about
Steve
me and
Arago's
Kyle
great.
with that trip,
Shout out
it started to downpour when we were in the middle of the rock, and that was what, about 3 miles.
Was it just you and me, or was Sean there too?
Sean might have been there.
So yeah, we were literally we had paddled out enough, and then it
Downpoured, but we were like 3 miles away, and have to like, and this is when we had
It was
the
scary.
canoe, and it was 2 people in the front, 1 in the middle, and we only had 2 like paddles,
Two
like
paddles.
small paddles. So the person in the middle was just sitting there, and everyone else was working to push, and the wind was coming into our face too. So we were like, "Fuck this!"
And there were waves, so we were
And
splashing around.
I was like, "Yo."
just
that-
and you're literally like using all your strength to paddle.
I have never. I've like been sore in my life from like working
It's
out.
a
or,
great
like, wrestling
workout,
tournaments,
bro.
but,
It's
like,
a perfect workout. That's how I stay
I
in
would have
shape in the
never
summer.
been more sore in my life from that day
Dude,
whatsoever.
We would go. When we first started fishing, we would go to the nip, and we would go out to that rock all the way in the back,
all the way in
left,
the back. Yeah,
and we would fish. We would hook the boat up to the rock,
the rock.
where there's nothing really to hook onto, and we would fish on the
Remember
small
when-
rock that was full of bird shit.
Remember when I looked at you, I'm like, "Yo, why is there a fire hydrant here?" But it wasn't a fire hydrant.
Dude,
That
that was you
re-
and Sean, and I think because you guys have glasses, like
Like
it
I
looked
had my
like just
glasses off,
It
so
looked
like
like
I
a
couldn't
red
see.
fire hydrant, and I'd be like, I kept saying, "Are you fucking stupid?"
Because I had
Anthony?
my
What are you
glass,
talking
so
about?
it was from a far distance. But with my glasses, I'm what is that? Far sight,
Are you
nearsighted.
nearsighted or farsighted?
I can't see stuff up from far away.
So yeah,
So that's
you're nearsighted.
that's nearsighted. So that was funny because I'm like, yo, look at the fire hydrant, and you're like,
I kept
are you
being like,
talking about?
"What the hell?" Because I have 20/20, but I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
You want another pudding shot?
All right, slam
sure,
2
why
right
not?
now, Vincenzo. Come on, be a man. It's a pudding shot. It's not even a real shot.
the pudding shot
You
is
want
not.
one?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, this guy Kyle wants one.
Can I have a different one though?
Yeah, what do you want to try?
know what
Whatever.
the other
Something
ones are.
other than the white Reese's.
This is white cream Reese's or something.
I fuck with it. White chocolate Reese's.
What is YPP?
I just remember that's like on Halloween.
Good old Halloween.
Me and
Dude,
Kyle.
I had the best Halloween
I was
this
showing
year.
Kyle for a little bit.
That's
Oh,
a Halloween that will
Yeah,
never be
remember
topped.
we saw each other at Barrett's for like what, an hour?
Well, because that was the story.
No,
we
that
cut,
wasn't
we cut,
Halloween
that
night.
Was the
That
story we
was
cut.
that
a
was the-
couple days before.
That was
okay.
the story we cut out though.
That was
very
the story we
first
cut
episode.
out. If you've been studying
The Endless Enjoyment podcast.
you would notice that the first episode we cut something out,
Yeah.
and it
It
was
was
That
a
was
good
like a
ass
3-hour
story.
cut.
And it
It's
was-
probably the best story I've told on the podcast, and it's not on the
literally
fucking
like a
podcast.
7-minute story. When we do release it, like you'll die. Like it probably won't be for like 3-5 years, however long.
It was so funny. Maz turned to me and he goes, I think that's one of the best stories I've ever heard. It's like, how can you top that? And I told you
think I know
that
what you're
when
yeah.
the day we hung out with Sam and
Mm-hmm.
Anthony. But
You mean
Dude.
Sean?
I'm feeling it.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs, off those last couple shots. For sure.
Mr. Krabs. Remember when you sold
Dude,
SpongeBob
Spider-Man.
soul for
This
62
guy's trying
cents?
to pass his on to me. You gotta take it. Smoke. Since
It has,
we've
like,
been-
mint.
We've had two Howler Head shots, and there's two.
look, if you can count it, you haven't had enough.
I'm feeling it right now. We've
So
been drinking.
yeah, man, we've all had. I'm trying to think of great memories with the three of us
That's
right
why I was
now.
looking at my phone. I don't want to be
You-
rude, but like I was.
Thank
No,
you.
I
trying-
could tell what you were doing. Yeah.
I was searching for just memories with us involved.
So we did the camping trip. That's when you guys first met. And
Which is
I,
crazy,
I remember Anthony had to take a
Bro,
nap because he was
I
so
just
high,
gotta say-
and then you
Yeah.
met Vinny.
I just gotta say, yeah, Ant, like,
I'll-
bro, like you're the fucking man, dude.
Anthony's the man, dude.
Like, dude, fucking, I love you, man. Like, we've only known each other for like what, like a little over 2 years, but like
Couple
this-
years, yeah.
That's what you call a day
Vibing
one.
pretty
Dude,
quick.
This man's fucked with me since day one, and the energy's just been consistent.
It's
and,
always been real, that's for sure.
This man supports everything I do, and he's gonna tell me like what's up and like how he feels about what's going on, and it's mostly like nothing but support.
Yes, sir.
And it's led to like you making music and two shit. You're like,
Who knows? We might collab at some point.
dude, who knows?
You
bro?
never
It's
know
only
what
a
that shit
matter
could
of
take us.
time, dude. And that's just like it takes time for you to develop your sound. Like you've been doing it for a year now, and that's like
It's like we haven't even fully tapped into what really could happen with it, too.
yeah, for
So,
sure.
like,
You're just getting like, and I
still
still
learning.
say that I'm 4 years in, bro, and I still say I'm just getting started,
Yeah.
bro. Like that's the attitude towards life right now. Like I'm just
Getting
getting started.
The next chapter
And that's life. I'm 23 years old, bro, and I'm saying I'm just getting started.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like, hopefully, like I live to be at least like 70, you know, like 85. That's like
goals.
85.
85 is like I'll call it. I'll say ocho cinco, and I'll fucking die. You know, you're like I don't need to live. Like 99 would be dope, just cause Chenzo 99. You know, what
That'd
I'm
be
saying?
fun.
But, but after that, like if I hit 100, sweet.
Fuck.
Like
Rest in peace
my
to Benny
great
White.
grandfather, God rest his soul, dude. Like my grandfather Antonio Pa, like God rest his soul. Like he lived to be 102.
Dude,
Oh,
Italians, man, they
was
live
like
forever.
Yeah,
was
dude.
like
Forever.
was like a month away from being 103, and
Damn.
he passed away. But it's like at that point, it's like he was ready, and he was like taking care of himself till you know, till like deep into his like ages, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and it's
The
like
Italians never age.
I
that's
just
for
like
sure.
it was hard to communicate with him because like
They're strong,
I
they
was
stay healthy.
I was really young and I didn't speak Italian. He spoke mostly Italian, and yeah, it was probably I was like 15 when he passed away. I don't know how we're talking about this right now, but like shout out Pa, Mike.
Did you say great
I'm
grandfather?
my great grandfather.
Damn, you
So
don't
there's
see that
four-
too
it was
often.
four-
I didn't even know any of my
Bro,
great grandfathers.
It was
either.
4 generations. This is what I have a 4 right here in my last name, Frontino.
So yeah,
Because
you're all
he was
Vincent.
he was Antonio.
Antonio.
His son was Vincenzo, my grandfather, who's still alive. I love you, Vincenzo.
Shout out Vincenzo.
Vincenzo.
I think you've met my grandfather. once.
Oh well, yeah, at the
He's a fucking
your,
character. I
college
fucking
graduation
love
party.
him, but I hope he's not watching this. I love you.
we're too drunk to release this part of the podcast.
I love you, Nana. Yeah, this is. I don't even know what we're having. I love you, Nana. But then my dad is Anthony. So we're all the firstborn sons too, which is
Yeah.
crazy. You know, so my dad is Anthony and I'm Vincent. So my firstborn son is
It's gonna be Anthony.
supposed to be
Antonio,
Anthony.
right?
Yes, sir.
That's funny.
Yeah,
as
you gotta
hell.
keep
So
it
I'm named
tradition.
after my grandfather. My dad is named after his
After-
grandfather, my great grandfather, who passed away at 103. How are we getting talking about ages, bro? Though
That's a good
about
question.
living?
I think
And
you
I was
got a
like-
little like.
Because I was like, dude, if I live to be like
That's crazy.
70,
You were talking
that
about
would be
how
sick,
long you're
dude.
gonna live to be.
But for real though, like honestly, I'm trying to die at some point though. For real, like.
I'm not trying to,
We're-
but we're all gonna.
but we're living in
eventually.
the
only
world
thing
of, like,
that's guaranteed is death and taxes. That's all that's guaranteed.
True. But like we're living in a world where like NFTs and like AI is like so like it's bro.
It's
Like,
literally in the palm of your hand.
I think NFTs aren't as big as they say, but yeah,
But-
AI is.
I know,
That's a
but
bold
yeah,
statement.
AI for sure. But like
AI, yeah, that's growing.
That
even
shit
like
is
we're
creepy.
talking about it like some Joe Rogan shit on here. We're getting fucked up. We're
Like
talking
that
about
shit
some real
could take over like physical therapy, any type of medical
Bro,
field.
Like they have some like crazy ass like robot dog shit like going on like the police like force in like
yeah.
Boston and shit. Like seeing those videos probably even like a couple years ago, it's like holy fucking shit, dude. I don't know why we're talking about this, but like, but all I'm saying is like, if we do
But he's
some
lit
like,
up.
if we do some like Black Mirror shit where like we're merging with robots and shit, I'm trying to die all natural. Like I'm trying to die and see what's next. Like I'm not lying. Like some Black Mirror shit. Like if we're trying to merge with AI and like with whatever fucking Elon Musk is doing with like Neuralink and shit. Like
He's working on it.
I'm not about it, dude. I'm literally not about it. I'm trying to die all natural. I'm just like, what's life about,
Because
dude?
the chip, they did like a test on chimpanzees, and like
This is becoming a Joe Rogan
And I
podcast.
love
We're
it.
talking
It's
about
becoming
chimpanzees
I
lo-
and conspiracy
I love
theories.
it, dude.
like it's
I
just
love
Still
it.
cool,
haven't
though.
finished the shot, yeah.
Yes, you did.
But,
Can't
like,
just hold it in your hand for 10
He's been
minutes.
he was doing like
We've been
test
talking about a
test
great
runs,
conversation.
doing test runs on like chimpanzees,
Finish your shot.
You too,
and like
man.
I forget how many they tested, but like 8 to 13 of them actually died from it though.
Of the Neuralink?
From the neural like
I
the
would
chip.
never do
And
that.
I just feel like
dude.
that shouldn't even be a thing. Like people shouldn't be trying to test monkeys to like
Yeah,
see if they can like do this Neuralink shit, dude. It's just like people are meant to live and they're meant to die, dude. Like when your time comes, and like
yeah. It's like you can't avoid it. Just because
these
like
people want to
it-
live
it
forever
happened.
with like fucking
People want to have their consciousness uploaded to a computer.
yeah, and that shit.
Think
Which
about
is what
that.
I
they're
feel like
working
that
on.
shit just turns into some dystopian shit real quick, and like just let me die. Like
Well, this is what I
it's
think.
gonna happen
I
eventually.
think
and
like
that's why you enjoy life in the present moment when we're chilling like with
Yeah,
our boys. Like
absolutely.
I'm so happy
Life-
to just be chilling here with you guys.
Life has been happening the same way for a long time. It's very simple.
This has been a roller coaster of a fucking podcast.
It is.
This has been this is a two-parter.
It is a 2-part.
I feel like
Pipe
people are
goes.
enjoying the second part.
Sure they are.
If you're watching right now, I fuck with you.
If you're watching right now, this is paid off. The endless enjoyment. Fucking-
You a real one if you watch it at this very moment in the podcast.
Finish your shot. Are you gonna finish that?
You gonna open that one?
No, I'll open it.
You haven't even finished it.
If you finish
But for
yours,
real.
I'll have mine. Go. So this has become Take Shots with the Endless Enjoyment
I'm fucked up
crew.
right now.
And listen, hey,
I
if
know
you're
you
watching
are.
at home, take a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do
come
it.
on.
You already took
All
two-
right.
what do you already
This
take,
is
3?
an interactive.
I don't care if it's a weeknight or what it fucking is.
Just one. Just one.
Just
already
one,
got
yeah.
through
just
one.
for good luck.
It
Just
ain't gonna kill you. You're not gonna be addicted.
If you don't want to, that's fine. We support you no
you can
matter
do
what.
anything you put your mind to.
That's
so
it.
Anthony,
Yes, sir.
It's too cool.
we were talking about conspiracy theories. Hit me with the conspiracy theory because this is the
We are all
fucking
over the place.
X-rated Endless Enjoyment edition.
So one conspiracy. I
I'm
know
fucked up.
this is what I like.
You
The
gotta
government
And he looks like he's
is run by
he's fucking
lizard
having a
people.
sugar rush right now.
The lizard people are running the
I'm
government.
done drinking tonight. I gotta work tomorrow.
You don't have to be to work till 3. You got like
You got
10
plenty of
hours
I
of
time.
gotta
sleep.
stop at my grandmother's house tomorrow too before I go to work.
Oh, what a chill. You
a
gotta have
yeah,
big ZD with
great.
grandma.
Great food, but
Good old Big ZD.
Hey.
and I gotta finish editing another episode of this podcast, 2 episodes before this episode you're watching. Even. It's like that's how much shit we've been recording. I gotta wake up in the morning and fucking edit the podcast with Jake Lewis. I'm not saying it's a chore, but yeah, Jake Lewis is the man. Fucking check out that episode if you haven't seen it. But like, you know what? I got shit to do tomorrow. I'm fucked up.
Vinny is hammered right now.
I'm
He was really high when we walked into that place, but right now he's
I'm just having a
buzzed.
good time. We
He's
might have
buzzing.
smoking on a joint before we go to sleep. Too.
Holy
This
shit.
night is young. No, I'm kidding.
This night is getting old.
Yeah, it's getting towards the end of the night. Not gonna lie, but we've
We've been vibing.
It's been legendary.
This is the drunkest I've seen you in a while.
it's been
for
a
sure.
legendary
It's been
night.
a
Yeah, like dude, we just having a good time.
We are.
Gotta love it.
I fucking love you, man.
I love you, buddy. Hey, Anthony.
I know.
Yes, sir.
I just went
So,
on, I just went on a drunk.
Do
rant,
you
Yeah, you did.
think lizard people run the government?
There's a
I mean, it's
Did the-
possible.
All right,
There's a
so-
possible chance.
Okay, let me put a question to you.
I'm not gonna put
Okay,
it.
I have a question for you.
There are
That I'm
people
gonna put
that
to both of
definitely
you
are.
guys.
I'm
Listen,
open.
This,
to
as an unreleased podcast edition, what is like a deep thought that you just think that you would only tell the 2 people in this room, or like just like
The
something
moon
you
landing
wouldn't
is
bring-
fake.
The moon landing is fake.
You believe
Yeah.
that shit?
100%.
100%.
Why the
What
fuck
is
did
it-
why did we not go back to the moon?
What, dude? Did you just say 100p?
100%.
Not even a p of doubt.
Not
Why-
1 p
why-
about
when did the man
No one.
when did
man
the
landing.
when did the moon landing happen?
The moon landing happened in the 60s.
Why the fuck didn't we go back?
We
don't
did
know.
go back
When?
in the 80s.
On what? A green screen, right?
That we went back a couple times. No.
I feel like
Hey, I finished mine. You guys
here's the
finish?
thing. If it
Oh
was
my
real,
God, dude.
Jeff Bezos and them
One
would have
last
gone
one.
All
back.
right, you do another one. All right.
No, I'm done.
Do one more.
I'm done. No, I'm done.
It's
Jeff
a pudding
Bezos
shot.
and
It's
them
not
would've
even
gone back.
real.
That's for sure. Like rich people, we have the time. I might do one more, but we have the resources to go back. Why haven't we done it yet?
To the moon? What are you talking about? I don't know.
If you
I'd
think
have
about-
to
just
do.
think
Show me your research.
Just,
Oh, that was quite a throw.
just think about it though. Why
Quantum.
haven't we gone? Why haven't we gone back?
I
almost
can't
ki-
wait to watch.
You almost
that.
killed Anthony on the Endless Enjoyment podcast. Fuck.
Let me go take a piss real quick though. I'll be back.
Yeah, pee break.
We might have to take a pee break on this pod.
Pee break.
But just
Vinny
think,
is
just think
hammered.
about it
That was the
though.
most
Why
fun,
didn't
dude.
we go back to the fucking moon landing
Dude,
and go back to the moon
why
in
are we
general?
What about the lizard people?
Yeah, fucking look at Joe Biden and them.
That's the most legendary pee break ever, dude.
No.
Yeah, didn't they?
I want to see you guys pound shots, dude. I want to.
taking more. I don't know, man. One more.
Yeah.
This is the last one.
The last one.
I'm taking this shot glass because I feel like it's smaller.
Feel like.
Concoction.
Look how fucking much of the bottle we've killed.
Yeah, we
in
put
like a couple hours.
We put a dent in that fucking.
A good dent.
Show it to the camera. Look at that.
Pretty much the 3 of us.
That thing's almost gone, dude. Like 6 hours.
That thing's almost
That
gone, dude.
thing's- I'd love to see it.
Shout out me and Ant. Shout out Ant.
Shout out to Big Chenzo.
Mostly Ant. Cheers, bud.
Cheers, big guy.
Kyle's behind the camp.
I get to laugh because these guys are watching me do shots all night.
Yeah. Dude, the pod. Dude, I'm a big fan of our podcast, dude.
Good old pod.
I'm a big fan of our podcast too. I think a lot of people like it. Like, I don't know, who is our biggest fanboy? Is it Jack?
I would say Jack's probably watched
Jack, yeah.
the most.
the most like episodes out of anybody. Most time, like he watched all of them.
He's a
like,
great
he,
kid,
Like if he's
honestly, dude. Like-
he's probably watched every episode mostly all the way through. And shout out Jack.
I like.
John
I'm so
Flavia.
glad I became friends with him. Honestly, like, he's a character. I like him a lot.
We all are, dude.
That's for sure.
It's legendary, like just us being here and doing this and having fun. And then we get to look back on it, especially when we're having too much fun, dude. Like,
That's a good time.
celebrating. We're celebrating, dude. You know,
Yes, sir.
It is.
there's
We're
a lot
just
to celebrate.
celebrating
This
life.
man's about to finish college. This man's living life, got a full-time
Got a good
job.
full-time
I'm
job.
about to move to Nashville. To, like,
The
yeah,
new
we're all doing
the new
good shit,
chapter's
man.
opening.
We're all doing the right thing, man. I'm,
Yeah.
you know, I'm working, hustling, making a good amount of money, and
living life, enjoying
living
it.
life.
Living life,
Anthony, gonna finally be done with school.
I know.
Yeah.
Finally. For a year. And then we'll be going
wow,
back
dude.
another 3 years after next year.
And of
This man's
course,
going
if we
back to
haven't
school.
said enough, and if you've been following along with the drinking game of the podcast, every time we say Nashville, take a shot, and you will be dead.
You'll be
But Vinny is
R.I.P.
moving to Nashville. If you didn't hear about
If
that,
you didn't know.
if we haven't mentioned
Yeah, if you're
that,
watching this podcast, you probably know. Unless
since
you're
we've
some like
mentioned it a
Aaron
lot,
Carter
uh,
fan that's just getting
if
clickbait.
you're a random Aaron Carter fan who has scrolled through all the videos and ended up at this video, then you don't know. Vin
I'm moving to
Chenzo is
Nashville.
moving to Nashville.
slug
It's
it
for
back.
real though. That's why I'm hype about it. And so fuck
Hey,
you.
yeah, speak
Fuck
it
you,
into
Gray.
existence, man.
Yeah.
It's a
I've
smart
worn
thing to
this
do.
hat every fucking episode of the podcast for the last 17
You
episodes.
you looked at me. You gave me a look.
I was like, I gotta go put the hat on.
Like,
Well,
he
it's gonna be
knew.
funny to look back on later.
He was like, "Yep, I am missing something. Gotta go."
Got a blast.
R.I.P. Juice World though. I was wearing the Legends Never Die hat.
Jimmy
that
Neutron
too.
is from Retroville. If you
Timmy
didn't know
Turner's
that,
from what?
Some
Fucking
Jeopardy questions.
Dimsville.
Dimsville, which who would remember that? So Coward, the
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage, the Cowardly Dog
Was from
is from
nowhere.
nowhere.
That was a buzzer beater for you right there.
I said at the last minute, he gave me the points.
I know.
I think that was fair though, because it literally, I said it and then he pulled up the answer.
So like, yeah.
It was a buzzer. It was a
I
Jordan
still
buzzer.
can't believe you didn't get the fucking big three of the '80s for the Celtics.
That was the most embarrassing
He
moment of my
stood
life.
up and he was like, started name.
I
You
said Kevin
choked on the
McHale,
last one.
and then I went Larry Bird, and then Rick got up and started
Like,
speaking.
Larry Bird, Mikhail
And I
Parrish.
was like, yeah. And then Robert Parrish, I remembered eventually. Yeah, that sucked.
That was
but
the
it's not. That's like the most unfair game. Hey, come and have drinks and then play trivia.
It's been an awesome day.
It was a good day.
It was an awesome day. I love
Good
the
old home
Xfinity
plate.
crowd.
So today it started like I woke up probably around like 10, 11 p.m. honestly.
Mhm.
Started texting you boys, took a shower,
And then we just been rocking and rolling.
and then I finished editing like some footage
Mhm.
from that last show I did, uploaded that to YouTube. You guys pulled up as that was happening. And then we went out for lunch, and we ended up bumping into some of my boys there.
Bumped into Maz.
That too, yeah.
the fucking fallen angel host of the
Cannoli,
podcast.
Cannoli, love you, buddy. And then my buddy Timmy Munch Chugga.
Great, it's fucking solid guy.
Solid
He
guy.
would have me
Shout out
rolling the
Sir,
whole time we were
Sammy
talking.
Bake and fucking McKinley, love you boys. But then we ran into those guys, and then
Like, what are the odds?
then we hit the fucking liquor store, gas station, and then
All the essentials.
came back here, started filming the podcast,
Part one.
pre-gamed, went to the party, came back, and here we are. You know, taking
Pre-gamed and post-gamed in the game. That's a lot.
life's a game. It's all what you make.
Just how you play it.
Yeah, for real. It's all what you make it, the mindset you have.
Yeah.
We've been chilling.
Good chill.
I'm debating another shot, honestly, but I probably shouldn't.
Do
The
it.
BBC's
Do
open.
it. Do
You didn't
it.
take that yet, huh?
Not yet.
What?
What? Yeah.
Oh,
that's you.
pudding
That's
shot?
you over there, isn't it, Kyle?
I don't see any other shots.
I don't want to lick that shit you already ate.
I didn't touch it. Go ahead.
No, yes, you did. That's clearly your tongue that's been in
No.
there. Yes, dude.
Dude, it is not.
Dude, what?
No, it is not.
Am I wrong?
Just get
Sean?
another one. Get another
That's
one.
one of you. That's one of you.
I'll
not
take
mine.
one more pudding shot because another shot of Howler
I
Head.
didn't eat that.
Another shot. You better eat it though. That was definitely you, dude. You fucking. Yeah, we got one more white chocolate Reese's. I'm gonna have to take it. This is
That one was pretty good.
Dude, the buttery nipple is the best one.
Is it? Is that the?
Try it.
That's B. That's not BP though.
You don't got no buttery nipples, ain't Vinny?
I'm sorry. No,
That's
I
the
don't.
gayest thing I've ever said.
I could go for some nipples in my face.
Some buttery nipples.
You
Buttery
better
nipple.
eat that, Kyle. It's just a pudding shot. It's not a fucking Howler Head shot.
Oh my god.
Oh. For the end of the podcast,
I
this is one of
taken
the
more
last
shots
times.
than anyone here tonight.
I don't know about that.
What the fuck are you
I feel like
talking
you
about?
and Anthony have been pretty even, and
We matched.
he's been pulling ahead these last few minutes.
All right, I'll have this.
All right.
All right,
Come
you
on,
say
man.
so.
We gotta finish the podcast on a strong note. We gotta be fucked up.
Oh my god, mission accomplished. Cheers, buddy.
My bad. I didn't think I was. I thought we were dabbling in.
I'm like a cat. I'm licking it like a fucking. It's good though. This one
This
is.
is a legendary episode of the pod. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think about what we're gonna name it.
Anthony's buttery nipples.
The good old buttery nipples.
That
What
just
a
looks like
time.
a random name though. Like people are like, what's that?
Yeah, that won't make any sense. No, what did we talk about at the beginning of the podcast that was interesting? I don't know.
We honestly
I
talked.
can't even remember that far back. No,
Basically, just talked about
no,
like,
Hollywood Ant
like the
and
beats.
his antics.
the antics of Ant.
Not a bad idea.
That's pretty good. A pun.
Good old pun.
Definitely a lot of Xfinity stories.
Definitely a lot
Yeah,
of Xfinity
The
stories.
Xfinity, the parking lot, the Misfits.
Should we shout out Jimmy Buff, dude? Should we fucking say like
Yeah, we'll get a
Might
bunch of
have to
random
because
Jimmy Buffett fans.
that might have been
looking
the
up.
most
talks
memorable.
about working security at Jimmy Buffett concert or some shit.
That might have been the most memorable part of our fucking time there.
I mean, it was a 14-hour day.
That was a long ass day.
Was it? We were there from
8 to
8
2.
So the 8 to 8 is
12.
12 hours. And then we were there
9,
till
10,
at least
11,
midnight.
12,
4,
one.
that's
We were there till 2 in
Like
the morning.
7, like
16,
16,
probably-
17
it was
hours.
2.
No, probably 18 hours, bro. We were there.
That's
Almost a
crazy.
full day.
That was worth it though.
It was so great, dude. It was my first show back after
COVID, yeah.
COVID.
Yo, Vinny, remember? I forget the concert, but we were talking like, yo, imagine if Kyle just showed up and we looked behind.
was
and
Leonard
he's right
Skinner.
there.
2 seconds later, Kyle's like,
And I wasn't scheduled for it, and I worked at the show.
Exactly. That's why I feel like I could just pull up and work if they need.
I did it. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Everyone there's my friend.
You really weren't scheduled that night?
That was one of the.
I wasn't missing Leonard Skinner.
I really? You just said I want to work.
That was a good concert though.
Yeah,
That's
they
my-
don't
my
care.
buddy
They don't
Gary
care.
was
They
there.
don't mind.
G Unit was there. Shout out G Unit.
G-Unit.
Unit. Yeah, that was one of my favorites this year. Jimmy Buffett was amazing.
I'm gonna miss it so much, dude.
Mm.
I'm just getting emotional every time we talk about it. I'm just like,
You'll be all right.
now I gotta make a whole lot of new friends and shit working.
I think. It'll be
Yeah,
fun.
but you're an expert at it, and you're an expert communicator. Like,
Thank you, dude.
You're, dude. Like I tell you every time, I'm amazed because I'm not good at communicating with people. Like, and you have so many different friends. It's really impressive. That's how you're gonna get ahead in life, you know, and like
Yeah, I
expand
can see that.
your
You have a lot of
contacts and
the more like
network,
really
help your
strong
career.
connections that you have, yeah, like these are like the connections that are really gonna like hold me over, especially for like my music. I was talking about this with Rick earlier. Shout out Rick. fucking.
Shout out Rick. He's my
Rick.
dog.
But like, you know, like the things that I'll be able to talk about in the future, and that only certain people will understand because they were there for that like moment in time in my life, and like a lot of my music's very personal, and I talk about like my life and the experiences I've been through and the emotions I feel. Like when I say something like 40 Cent, dude, like only a certain amount.
Shout out 40 Cent.
Only a certain
40
amount
Cent.
of people know what I'm talking about, dude. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you had to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Good old
dude.
40 Cent.
And it's funny.
You had to be there our first year at Xfinity.
And it's funny that like the first summer,
Everyone was calling me Coco tonight.
it's-
Peter was calling me Coco.
it's funny
K
though
Shea.
K Shea.
that first summer though, Kyle, that we met and working at Xfinity, I recorded that mixtape called "You Had to Be There" with my buddy Devin. Don't leave, dude.
Fucking perfect, right on the nose,
You
dude.
know what I mean? Like those
For the
vibes. Like,
40
we,
Cent,
we just knew, bro. We were just
Coco and Barbarino era, you had to be there.
Like, you literally had
Benny
to be there,
Barbarino.
dude. Like
It was a special
only
era.
certain people understand and will fully like get it. Like
Yeah, that's why I'm so glad we got Anthony into the Xfinity Center world.
I
'cause
know. I'm glad
you
that
have
happened.
to do it to understand. Like, yeah, you can go to a concert, but if you go to a concert the whole summer, that's why I try and tell my buddy Andrew, I'm like, why I like to just be out every weekend's because I do it in the summer. It's like an addiction. It's like a good addiction. Like
It's fun.
being out at a huge public event, it's so exciting every weekend.
I miss it, dude.
It is.
Like
You're still doing it
thi-
though.
I
You're
know,
still
I know,
rocking
I'm
and
still
rolling,
doing
bro.
it, for sure. Yeah.
And you get a free concert every
working
time.
Bonnaroo this summer, which is sick, dude. Like,
Insane,
Yeah.
dude. You're gonna have
That's
the
really cool.
best time of your life there.
yeah, just think, when we were talking about it earlier, I was like, shit, dude. Like that actually is probably gonna be insane. Like
Mhm.
4
Might be
straight
fucking
days
pulling
of-
up.
4-day festival.
Like,
That's
I don't
like-
even know. Like I don't even know. Like I was gonna say something, but like, dude, just like
That's a time.
no, just like working literally though with like the shows we've done in the last couple of years. Like, if me and you wouldn't be friends with that shit, dude. Like,
Not at all.
obviously,
would've never
obviously
met.
we were meant to be friends and like
Mhm.
brothers and support each other and shit,
Yeah,
dude.
man.
Like, I've had the time of my life, dude. Like, I don't even know. I was gonna say something, but I don't remember what it was. But like, it was just like, dude, just like I'll cherish it forever, dude. Like that was just a very interesting point in my time that like we were just saying like only certain people will understand, and when I talk about that shit, like only certain people understand it, and those are like the real core supporters I have, and it's like all I really need to do is get the support of people who don't know who I am right now. So it's like those people like.
That's why it was so exciting to have Curtis on the podcast because we could just talk about that world with him and man, I mean, it's crazy to think I would have never met Anthony if we didn't go to the same high school.
Yeah.
That's where we met. I would have never met you if I didn't work at Xfinity. I'm making new friends at work now. It's like these are the moments. You are who your friends are, so it
But, like,
kind of
dude-
shapes your life.
Mhm.
Honestly,
Dude, to go back though to that first night we met, dude, like I don't even like really recall, like just to be back
It's
there,
been-
dude.
it
Like
was-
that was like would be like
we were
sick,
like
dude.
we were like literally like just young college kids.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It was
Super
It was
young.
a summer after my freshman year of college. Like I was about to be a sophomore.
You had
so-
short hair then. I was like,
Yeah, I was all of.
we were both. We probably looked so young then. Like holy shit.
I
And then
remember. Like
we would hang out at work, and then I think the first couple times we hung out after work was we went to see It with Sean,
Yep.
and then
Ants
I
brother.
stayed at your place one night, and then we went fishing a little bit. We just did a bunch of different things. We shot the music video eventually, which that was
Well,
awesome.
I feel like that was years later, bro. That was only
Yeah, no, it was, but
because summer 2018 is when we were working. The summer 2020 was when we filmed Galaxies.
yeah, you met Anthony on the camping trip. Then we shot the
Yeah.
Enjoy and
Yeah.
Destroy video.
Enjoy and destroy. That was a good time.
Yeah, we already threw that clip earlier in the pod with fucking
In part one.
Enjoy and Destroy.
Destroy.
That's
With the
legendary
boys
song,
getting
dude.
faded.
I was performing that at. I honestly don't think I threw the clip in the the vlog I posted today, but there's
I was bumping and enjoying the story. I'm like,
Enjoying
I know all the words to
Yes,
this one.
sir.
I've been with the boys getting faded.
In the life we're celebrating. That was a good
we
time.
got one life, man. Like, for real though. Like, we don't do like. When did we ever have the opportunity for the three of us to be just sitting here chilling, talking like this? Like,
Not often.
Life is
that's
too
for sure.
busy, man. We haven't done it in fucking
no,
forever.
for real, I
Yeah.
haven't seen Ant in literally
Couple months,
probably a couple
whatever.
weeks at least. Yeah, like
Yeah.
months,
been a while.
maybe.
Months, dude. No, dude, definitely
I'm
months.
trying to think. Like, when was the last time I saw you?
New
bro?
Year's, your birthday.
Yeah. Oh, another story.
Ooh, that's a crazy story. With Jack Daddy Aiko.
Jack Daddy.
Jack Daddy is a
For real though,
legend.
one of the most biggest parts of the podcast. So.
For real, dude. I Jack Daddy's the man.
I wonder if we
Shout him out.
FaceTime right now and he answers. It's
No, don't do it.
1:20.
Don't do
He
it.
actually texted me 3 minutes ago. What are the odds that happens though?
Did he really? What did he say?
So it's so he's up. We're gonna FaceTime.
Do it.
He's definitely gonna answer.
My guy. We're dude. At this very moment, dude.
Put him on mic. Put him on. No, you gotta stick your
Jack
phone.
Daddy's
Hold your
back
phone
on the
like-
pod.
Hold your phone like this.
Yeah.
Wow, well that's some real, like, you guys are real ass motherfuckers for calling me back. I thought I was about to be like, oh well, not gonna hear from them again, but no.
Bro, yo, Jack.
Yeah?
We literally. I've probably mentioned it a few times on this podcast, bro. You're the fucking man, dude. You fucking support this shit more than anybody. You watch probably more, honestly, of like all these episodes more than anybody.
I mean, yeah, and I take a lot from them too. I skipped over a couple of them. Like, I didn't watch the tornado one. I didn't watch the one with the two guys at your show, but I watched the one with your sister, and that I actually learned a lot from that one. Didn't get to watch the super long one yet, the one that you guys went over the limit of with how long mine was.
But for real though, yeah, dude. Like, I know you've been a huge support. I'm gonna miss the fucking shit out of you, dude. Like,
Vinny's hammered, by the way. Listen to
yeah.
him slurring.
I could tell. It's okay. I could tell by your eyes.
yeah,
You
dude.
look
Wait
a
till
little
you
high.
watch this episode though. We've been taking shots, bro.
Oh my!
My oh my.
My oh
Seems
my,
like a
why
good
is
time.
hiking the beers? Oh my.
Kyle, how's work going?
It's going good, buddy. I miss you. I'm still obsessed with Jackass. I'm watching all that shit. That was the best.
Yeah, I'm a fake motherfucker, cause like we watched that together, and then you sent that picture of all three jackasses, like right then and there. Like, damn, like I feel like
What are you doing?
like
Stop.
I don't know jack shit compared to this guy.
No. I haven't. I have really only watched. I had to rewatch them. I forgot those other Jackass movies. I bought them that day at the Flea.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, dude, that's pretty fucking awesome.
The good old flea
Dude,
market.
we
Hey,
got-
but I miss you, bud. We gotta hang soon.
We gotta chill before I leave.
Down. Guess what I'm doing right now?
Packing a bowl.
Yes, I am. I'm breaking up the weed with my hands.
Dude,
Sam, I am.
You bet your ass I'm smoking a joint before I go to sleep too.
Let's fucking. You better smoke. Wow. Well, be careful outside, cause it's fucking.
Yeah, it's mad cool. So Kyle's fucking camera, we just lost. We've been recording too long. We just lost footage on the camera.
Yeah. We said probably like 30 minutes ago, oh yeah, let's wrap it up. We got like, I told him like, we only got 20 minutes left.
It's been so good though. We just been having fun.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it seems like you guys are having a good time. Yeah.
It's funny, like right when we were talking about you, bro, that you fucking
Yeah.
called me, well, text me, and then I
Drunk
called you. Well, somehow we're gonna fucking connect this shit in this episode of the podcast, though.
Yeah. Yo, here, I have an idea. This is for Kyle. Yo, Kyle, this is for you.
Oh boy, hit me with it.
Yo, Kyle.
Time.
Open up the door.
Closing
time.
Wanna take me home. I don't know who I want to take me home.
Oh. Yo, Jack.
Spiral Squad anthem.
Yo, Jack, did you watch the YouTube video I posted earlier?
This kid's so drunk, he's grabbing my phone out of
Closing
my hand.
time.
After I saw all the snow and I was like, fuck this shit, I literally fucking
Fuck it.
and took a fucking nap. So no.
This kid's faded.
Watch the video I posted. And I'm gonna text you this. I'm gonna send you a file of this new song I just recorded. I think you'll enjoy it.
Hey Jack, so I have a funny story for you. Actually, it's a quickie.
It's a quick.
Recently at work, Friday, end of day, last 5 minutes, I crank up the music. Everyone's quiet at work, and I press the button and play closing time.
You seriously play closing time?
110%.
You know what?
I shit you not.
Fuck you. And what was the reaction? Was it a good reaction?
It was a good reaction.
Appreciated it. They appreciated it.
They appreciated it.
As they should.
All right, Jack. We better wrap up this podcast. We're faded.
We'll talk to you soon, all right, bud?
I'm gonna send you this new.
By the way, just real quick, what were you guys sipping on? What are you guys taking shots of?
Grab that. A dangerous combo. Howler Head and pudding shots.
Banana whiskey, dude. Dana White has got his own.
Really? That's fucking awesome.
Look at we
Look how
almost
much is
cleaned.
left in
We
this
cleaned it, dude. That's in like a couple hours.
Yeah, somebody better whip out the Advil tomorrow.
I already got mine
Yeah,
ready to go.
I gotta fucking work, man.
This kid's,
Oh, boy.
this kid's got to go to work.
It's my second to last shift though, working. So, you know I've been making time for you, even with the gas prices.
The gas prices, he blames
Fucking
it on.
gas prices.
I'd pull up on you. I would have given you a ride to fucking Blue Hills that day if you didn't even really.
Did you
want
go skiing?
No, me and Jack went hiking when it was like 60 degrees out a couple weeks ago.
That's awesome.
That was, I was exhausted from work, and I was like, you know what? No, like, I have to do this.
Jack, we got to get out on the fishing boat this summer, dude. Think about that.
Fishing boat?
On the canoe?
Good old canoe.
I'm down for that. If you maybe, am I allowed to bring beers?
Are you allowed to bring beers? It's basically an excuse.
Is that
to
even
go-
a question?
We did
It's an excuse to go drink.
what, like 45 minutes
smoke
earlier.
in the
We're
woods.
We're an hour and 45 minutes in right now.
Damn.
That's
That's good. Good content.
that's a whole episode.
We got the whole
I'll
episode
catch-
in one
We'll
sitting.
catch fish, guaranteed. All right, bud. We'll let you go. All
Yeah,
right.
we gotta
Have a
wrap.
good night.
We gotta wrap this up. We've been recording for so long, dude. Like almost a whole episode since we got back.
Wow.
Vincenzo's faded.
Wait till you watch this episode though. It's gonna be hilarious.
I'm ready. I'm about to go watch that YouTube video right now. And you heard it first, endless enjoyment viewers. I will be back.
Yes, sir. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Shout out to Vincenzo. Shout out to endless enjoyment. Jack Daddy.
Love you, John Fabio.
John Flavio.
Flavio.
P-
Gang, gang, gang.
We out here.
Gang, gang.
Peace out, brother.
Peace out.
Peace out, buddy.
What a time.
And well, love you, bud. Thanks for coming by.
Anytime. Thanks for having me. Appreciate
Anthony, thank
it.
you for coming on our podcast.
It's been a long
This is
time
just
coming.
the start. Like we were saying earlier, this is just a start, but
It is. The new chapter's opening up very
Like
soon.
eventually,
in
we're
our
gonna have the three of us back on.
Early
Early
20s.
Like eventually, we're gonna have the three of us back on. It's gonna be legendary. Like we're just gonna be
So
like
legendary.
tonight.
Me and Anthony might
Tonight,
end up visiting you.
tonight
Yes,
was
sir.
legendary. Yeah, and if you guys do, it's gonna be, you know,
And the stories that are gonna come out soon. Immaculate.
yeah, the stories that you didn't even hear on this podcast because we cut them out.
And too X-rated to tell.
I know.
All right, episode 17 of the
Episode
Endless Enjoyment
17.
podcast. I'm Vincenzo. I'm here with Kyle Shea.
Thank you, folks.
And I'm Hollywood Ant Beatz. Also, Ant.
Yeah, my brother Ant on the pod. Thank you for coming
Whatever
by,
you wanna
bud.
call me. Appreciate
What
you
a
having
great
me.
time.
What a time.
To be
Oh, what a
alive.
night.
You and yours was being my bitch. Howler Head, Vincenzo, Endless Enjoyment,
Run those numbers
Hollywood
up.
Ant,
Support
Kyle Shea.
Vincenzo. Hollywood and Endless Enjoyment.
Thank you, enjoy.
And destroy.
Yes, sir.
Love to see it.